We live on YouTube. What's up? Salute to the YouTube family, man. Wherever you checking in, all the way from Nashville, all the way to overseas, no matter where you are checking in, man. I ask you to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends that we do this every Tuesday night. It's called Rich Rhetoric, man. I got a panel full of distinguished guests, distinguished people, and we have beautiful dialogue here every week, man, where we talk about a little bit of everything. We anything from health, wealth to building, all the way to the fuck shit. So thank y'all for tuning in. Brother Nino got a beautiful question to start us off tonight, man. Everybody on the panel, feel free to chime in. I would ask you, if you're not talking, please try to mute your mic. If you got a lot of background noise, babies running around, anything, please try to mute your mic, man. Let's try to have a crispy show. And there you have it, man. I'm passing it over to Nino. Go on, kick the dough in, brother Nino.
Oh no, it was kind of a pre-conversation we was having. I didn't know this was gonna be a topic, but I was just asking Calvin them their thoughts on the Ti and Kodak Black situation. And for those of you who don't know, uh, probably 4 days after, 5 days after Nipsey Hussle passed, Kodak Black was on the live, and on the live he didn't really say nothing like too out the way, but the timing was wrong. And what he basically had homeboy conversation live, right? And he basically said in so many words, Lauren London is a widow now. She a whole widow out here, and she gonna need somebody to cry on, somebody's shoulder to cry on. He gonna let her cry. I think he said about, I don't know, I want to say 2-3 years or 6-7 months, and then he gon' you know what I'm saying, go on and shoot his shot or whatever. And and Ti in the game, Big Boy Neighborhood, a bunch of other like major figures that was really close to Nipsey, basically was like, look, that's disrespectful. Ti basically told him, he needed apologize, take that post down, he need to quit. And Kodak basically responds like, nigga, I'm grown. Like you don't come at me and tell me what to do. I'm grown. Like, nigga, who are you? If I don't, what you gonna do? So Ti, he basically took all his pictures and all of his memorabilia out of the Trap Museum. So to double down, Kodak Black came back and was basically, in so many words, like, I ain't tell you to put my shit in there anyway. Nigga, fuck your museum and fuck you. So then he came back and tripled down and was like, your wife looked like a pig. If you die, don't nobody want her ugly ass anyway. Your son gay, and a whole bunch of other shit. So the question I was asking is, one of my partners posted a comment on Facebook, and the comment was basically, and let me make sure, because I think I may have messed up the comment. So let me make sure I said exactly what he said. The question that he proposed on Facebook was basically, if somebody dies, is this kind of like perpetuating the black on black crime? And I'm just like, to me, I feel like the rules apply. Like, for instance, if Star, who's not a gangster, she's not a thug, she's not in the street, she's not a hustler, if she snitches, if she tells on somebody, that's not considered snitching because she's not part of the culture. She didn't subscribe to be a part of the culture. I feel like, man, black on black crime in my eyes, and it's just me. I feel like, man, when you look at it, like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Like, Star got me thinking now. I don't know, but that's. But his question was, what if Ti or Kodak were to get shot over the Lauren London situation? Would that illustrate just how impossible it is to be a black man in America? That's what his question said. So I guess that's the question that I'm proposing. You know what I'm saying? And in my opinion, it doesn't show how hard it is to be a black man in America. It's just, we've given Kodak Black so many passes, and I think it's just like a child who lives with all women. You know, he feel like he run everything. You can't tell him nothing. You know what I'm saying? And the more and more he make money, the more and more he ego get, the more and more disrespectful he get. And I just feel like, I ain't saying shoot that nigga, but I say beat the brakes off his young ass. That's just how I feel.
I agree, because even on the diss song, he put out a diss song. I heard a little clip of the diss song today, and he pretty much said, "Why you talking to me, Ti, when you know I don't listen?" So
Yeah.
that brother pretty much he telling you what his head is right now. He telling you I ain't listening. I'm not listening to y'all. You know what I'm saying? He pretty much said, I'm not listening to y'all old dudes, man. And like you said, bro, I don't think T.I. should I know this ain't really answering the question, but this is my opinion. I've been wanting to get off my chest. I don't think T.I. should go out of his way to do something to Kodak, but if they ever see each other, man, it's a conversation to be had. You know what I mean? You feel me? It's a conversation or some furniture moving or something got to happen when they see each other.
Yeah.
Period. The conflict needs to be resolved. Period, bro. But
Right.
as far as I don't know, man. When I hear black on black crime, it's just why I don't never hear white on white crime or Chinese on Chinese crime. It's just I really hate the word, but I know that word is just I know that phrase is just put out there to demonize us because I think I said this last week. You kill who you're close to. Period. You're
Right.
gonna kill the people you're around, man. Black people never go to Franklin and kill nobody, and Franklin people never come to Nashville and kill nobody.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you kill the people around you. So I really hate black on black crime, but I do kind of understand what everybody's saying. It's like it's hard, man, because Nino, I do kind of fall in the crowd to say T.I. too old for that.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of on the fence because I know sometimes these little boys need spankings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know, bro. It's just weird, man. I just feel like T.I. really got too much to lose to be trying to deal with a person like that, man. Some people just won't get it, and the people that ain't gonna get it, you can only help them so much. So I
Right.
don't know, man. Anybody
I
else?
got a two-part. Yeah, I got a two-part response. I got a two-part response. One as far as addressing Kodak Black and T.I. I feel like T.I. kind of appointed himself as the voice of reason, logic, and reason on social media to address either public or private incidents that have taken place that negatively impact our people. You know, so I think he had good intentions initially when, you know, he was going through the movement, he was addressing all of the police shootings and he came out with his videos addressing that. And he had like he had a video where it was vice versa, where he had black officers shooting white kids
Yeah.
and to show white people how it looks for us to be treated um, the way that we're being treated. So he gave them a eye view of how it would look if it was the shoe was on the other foot. That's how he began. So he began this portrayal and this role that he's playing on a good note. I think now what has occurred is the immaturity and the fatherlessness of these youngsters who come up in the rap game. Because a lot of these youngsters, man, they on dope, they on cert, they treating their nose, and they already, to Nino's point, they being raised by predominantly women. So they
Yeah.
emotional and irrational. So they going off of their right brain and no left brain. The left side of the brain is masculine, the right side of the brain is feminine. Look it up. And so you look at a dude like Kodak Black, it's obviously he don't have no deductive reasoning skills that he couldn't even deduce that him making a statement about a man who just ascended and trying to get at his would have been wife and the mother of his children. That's total immaturity. And he
Yeah.
probably was high or on that cert when he made that statement. I think we don't even need to give him no more airplay. Like, don't give him any attention, period.
Yeah.
And then he'll stop responding. Like anytime people respond to Kodak, that fuels the fire because it continues to make what he says relevant in his mind.
Yeah. But you
You
know,
know what I mean?
one thing that I think I didn't think about at the time, and my gal actually brought it to my attention by accident. She said he said 6 or 7 months. Damn. So is that all she cared about him for 6 or 7 months?
You feel me?
And I'm like, And I'm like, damn, that is true. That is like, damn. So she really didn't fuck with the nigga at all anyway. She gonna move on to the next nigga this quick. Like that's kind of disrespectful though. Like,
on so many levels.
that motherfucker, I would have smacked the shit out of that nigga on God.
It's too much, man. He too much. He immature. But see, that lets you know his circle. He ain't got he don't have the right people around him in his circle either. Oh, go ahead. Somebody else want to chime in?
Yeah. No. JoJo. My partner JoJo just popped on.
Well, yeah, JoJo. He must have jumped back off.
Man, hey, look. Hey, the boy Kodak was just talking, man. It's like barbershop talk. It wasn't really just, it wasn't meant for public viewing. It was just something he was talking. He was talking shit, really, and it just got out. Now he got to back up what he talking about. It wasn't really that controversial to me. It was just some shit niggas do when they by themselves. You know what I'm saying? I don't really think that. I think it went too far, really. To tell you the truth, it's just a young nigga popping shit out the mouth, and that's it. That's all. It ain't that controversial.
You know what? I agree with you to the point of. He said what he said. T.I. asked him, bro, apologize, take that shit down. But when his next string of responses to me is where, all right, so now I know for a fact you just disrespectful and stupid. Just like what, you know what I'm saying? Just like what Nehemiah just said. Now I see that you gonna keep going. You really not smart. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like you in a club and somebody step on your shoe, and instead of saying sorry, they be like, hey man, move your shit out the way, bro. It's like, all right, that you being extra. That's too much. You calling this man's son gay. You saying his wife look like a pig. She ugly. If when you die, nigga, ain't nobody gonna want to fuck. That's too much.
That's too much.
It's too much.
It is too much. It's too much. I agree, but at the same time, now everybody's watching. So now he got to be a man.
But you know what I'm saying? Even though when Kodak made that statement, Kodak he's an influencer. He said it publicly, so he got it publicly.
They were recording him kind of on the lows. That's his friend.
No. Kodak record all the time. I follow Kodak on Instagram. He do that all the time, and he had those kind of comments. Even when he said it, his homeboy said, "Bruh, chill out." He said, "I mean, I'm not trying to shoot my shot right now." But see, and that's what I'm saying.
He did it for attention, so exactly. He got the attention he was looking for.
The problem that I'm having with it, though, the conversation is so much on, well, T.I. grown. T.I. don't need to be doing that. T.I. shouldn't even say nothing. T.I. shouldn't even worry about that. And it's like, but we neglect the fact that, and Kodak he's young. He's young. Nah,
but the OG's supposed to say something to the young one. That's how it's supposed to go. Exactly. But what's not supposed to happen is the young one try to challenge the OG on some street stuff, because now you don't put both of y'all in a situation, because both of y'all rappers, and now what do you do? He's not gonna have to smack you when he see you, and then he might turn into something else.
He should have dressed him. He should have called him. A real OG gonna call you, pull you off to the side, and say, "Look."
But he went on the internet, so he addressed him on the internet.
He shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have done that. People acting like Kodak Black is some kind of genius. Like he say outlandish stuff.
He's not a genius, but he's an influencer of many. So T.I. addressed him appropriately.
I don't agree with T.I. saying it on Instagram. I don't. Me personally, I don't agree with.
I mean, Kodak did it publicly, so he did it publicly.
Yeah, but we still man. Like, I don't agree with that part.
We all men.
How do we know though? How do we know?
What's going on?
If T.I. didn't call him on the phone, how do we know that he didn't?
We don't know.
So we just make an assumption that he didn't. He probably did call Kodak one-on-one on the phone, but T.I. has done that in the past.
Now, he said he could have called my line. He said, y'all got my line. Didn't nobody call him.
I mean, he could have, but he didn't. He checked him online. He wanted some attention, so T.I. gave it to him.
Yeah, I just me personally, I don't do that online shit.
Yeah.
They call me King Pull Up. I don't do that online.
Yeah.
But I don't think T.I. should have did it online. No matter what.
T.I. gotta pull up on him because he
man,
and everything.
He was beefing with Charlotte Lowe, and they live right down the street from each other.
Nah, they wasn't living down the street.
Well, first of all, Charlotte Lowe went around looking for T.I. filming.
Sure did.
He went around filming, looking for T.I.
Y'all doing too much. That ain't how the story go. That ain't real. Y'all doing too much. It was the other way around. Y'all doing too much.
T.I. didn't go around looking for Charlotte Lowe.
Hold on. But see what y'all saying is Charlotte Lowe went looking for T.I. No, Charlotte Lowe went to his hood of Bankhead and filmed that he's looking. T.I. went to Shawty Lowe's hood of Bankhead and filmed the whole video. It's two different things. Y'all got don't.
Yeah, but Shawty Lowe didn't stop with just one time. Shawty Lowe went. He did this several times on several occasions.
When did they become neighbors, though, Nino?
He was filming several locations.
They became neighbors after, like long after, because you know T.I. got a partner in his crew named Big Country Kane. Big Country K was in jail. While he was in jail, he got a whole lot of intel on Shawty Lowe, and the situation was about to get real crazy, so they ended up deading it. But it was like at the time when T.I. first got the show, Family Hustle or whatever. Shawty Lowe had been living over there for like 6 months or something like that, because T.I. did an interview and they asked him about it. And just FYI, y'all can Google all this. I don't know shit about sports. I don't watch no sports. I'm all music. That's all I know. And they interviewed him and they brought up the Shawty Lowe situation. And T.I. was like, nah, that's dead. Like that nigga my neighbor now. Shit, he moved over here a short while ago. You know what I mean? He around the corner. He good. We good. We neighbors. You know what I'm saying? They share. And they're not like next door neighbors. It's like they got a lake or river or something in the backyard, and their houses share the same. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? They share the same river.
Yeah.
But now, see, only thing I'm saying is this. What I know from me, from being a fan of real niggas, because I don't like when I listen to niggas' music, I gotta make sure it's authentic. And everything I've ever seen about T.I. is authentic. Like I remember that dude from real Atlanta Housewives or something. Her husband went to jail for tax fraud. Before he went to jail, while he was on trial, he said, well, T.I. snitch, I ain't say nothing to him. That nigga T.I. pulled up on that nigga in the parking lot, made that nigga apologize. Like, my whole thing is, if I know a nigga is known for, he ran up on Mayweather. Like, I'm just saying, this nigga's an undefeated nigga. You ran up on Mayweather. Why am I gonna get online popping off talking all this shit if I don't want to die?
Let me address that, bro. Because the bigger issue is in this rap industry, and that's what Peace Be Upon the King. That's what energy Nipsey brought to the scene. And so I don't know if y'all understand metaphysics and how energy works, but Nipsey, the energy that he brought to the hip hop industry was an energy of unity, and it was an energy of resolving conflict. Now, Kodak Black's response was an energy that created conflict. These are two opposing energies that are naturally in the universe. We got negative and positive protons and protons and electrons and neutrons. And so what I'm saying is that when you allow yourself to get on drugs like coke, like syrup, you allow yourself to create portals for your body to be inhabited by other spiritual energies.
Weed too.
Now, I disagree with weed.
Weed boost up estrogen in your body.
Of course.
It depends on where you getting it from. If you getting it from the stepped on, this weed out here that they done already tampered with, or if you growing your own, then it's a totally different element.
You got indica and sativa.
Ain't nobody selling Reggie no more. All the weed stepped on.
All of it.
Nah, not if you're not growing your own. What we talking about? But we don't need to get into a whole weed conversation because we can go for hours if we start talking about that. But I'm just saying, and okay, let's add in weed because that's not my point. My point is when you allow yourself to when you get on certain drugs and alcohol too. If you go too far, you allow yourself to be inhabited by spirits. That's why they call it wine and spirits. Yeah. And Kodak Black, because of the state of consciousness that he was in, he is being inhabited by other spirits that's trying to destroy the energy that Nipsey brought to the rap industry. Ain't nobody even talking about the unity of Nip's message and how right now all over the world, Crips and Bloods are uniting. All over the world, bro. This is happening. Crips and Bloods are coming together in the street and they doing marches.
And you know, Big U
together. It's going down.
You know, Big U pay gang members to be part of his united organization. He got a grant and he gets paid, and he pay former gang members just to unite.
Yeah, so they can get out the streets, man. Yeah. I mean, when they become fathers, they focus on what they focus on all along.
Let me say this while we talking about while we talking about Nipsey Hussle real quick. If y'all get a chance,
mute your mic for me, Tony. Tony, mute your mic, brother.
My bad.
Got a little background noise.
While we talking about Nipsey Hussle, I just want to give y'all a gem real quick, just some of y'all look at. Nipsey Hussle did like a show, like a live question and answer with him and a 20-year-old kid that he found at a Starbucks, and that 20-year-old kid is a coder and one of them people that do graphics and shit like that, right?
Yeah, software developer.
A software developer. You're right. You got it. And I posted on my page, so if y'all go check it out. But look, man, he went into this Starbucks and this damn kid was fucking typing on the computer without touching the damn computer, but the screen and shit was moving. And Nipsey was like, man, what the fuck is that? I ain't trying to be in your business or nothing. And come to find out, the little kid was working for Uber and he was working for Facebook and shit, doing computer programming. To make a long story short, this dude that went into the Marathon clothing store with Nipsey, and now if you download the Marathon app on your phone and you hold the camera on any of the shirts inside the store, that motherfucker will play a song that inspired the t-shirt. You scan that motherfucker and it play. Right now, that little boy, that 20-year-old boy, because of Nipsey's help, got a patent for if you driving in your car and you fall asleep, your car automatically take control by itself and start driving. If you driving and you got your hand on the steering wheel, you take one hand off, the car automatically assume that you texting. So it'll give you 50% driving ability and the car take the other 50%. Man, that shit cold than a motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, Nipsey had the first smart store. That's what they call it, a smart store. There's no other smart stores in the world.
Bro, that shit hard, bro. When I was watching that video, I was like, I see why they wanted that nigga.
But peep this though, I want to add this point in because this is key to your story. The only reason why Nipsey stopped by that coffee shop, Starbucks, is because his daughter said, "Daddy, can you give me a frappuccino, a unicorn
frappuccino,
a unicorn frappuccino?" You feel me? And he was like, "Man, I really didn't want to stop, but that's my daughter. So you know I got to give her what she wants." So he went on and turned around and pulled over there. So him caring for his daughter, right, led him to meeting a young man who developed software that has changed the business model for the rap industry, for t-shirt business, for a melanated king out here. Like, that's powerful because in that story, that one story, it shows that when we as men get on our post as fathers, we create other opportunities that we will use to help build our kingdom even further.
It's called nepotism.
Nepotism. Yeah. Speak on nepotism, man. What's the definition of that?
Nepotism is when you create influence or opportunities for family and friends, hiring friends, hiring relatives. Like when you hire your son or your daddy hire your brother. Example, Donald Trump is an example of extreme nepotism.
Yeah, the definition is the practice among those with power or influence of favoring relatives or friends, especially by giving them jobs.
Exactly what we need to be doing.
Man,
That's right.
That's hard.
I'm glad that y'all were talking about technology. I want to just for a moment. I have a technology and publishing company. I just started a club for girls between the age of 13 and up. It's for girls and women. It's called the Girl Code. And if y'all know any girls that are interested in coding, technology, apps, software, or anything, put them in touch with me because we want to encourage young girls to do technology, to develop apps and software, and do coding. So I'm glad y'all brought that up.
Okay, well, shit, let us know what's good. How we can get,
Well, I had asked Calvin to send y'all my information. I don't want to put it on YouTube because of the trolls, but I want to give all of y'all my information.
It's a hangout. It's a hangouts chat for just us. The people on the panel can see if you really.
I know, but when they tune in, they have access to that chat too.
No, they don't unless I send them the Hangouts link, and I'm not sending that out tonight. I don't think I'm gonna send it out tonight.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna put it in the I'm about to put it in the chat. I'm gonna put all my info in there.
Yeah, but now, that's I didn't mean us to get on Nipsey, but I saw that a few weeks ago, and it kind of blew my mind because I followed Nipsey career since it started, and a lot, because if y'all ever listen to any of my music always followed a path of righteousness, of just trying to get people to understand that we way better than that. So I clung to his music, and when I seen him operate and doing that presentation, he reminded me of me, because the reason why I know so many people is because I do random shit like go to Starbucks to get a motherfucking unicorn frappuccino, and I meet people there. So when he did that, I was just like, damn, a nigga remind, that's some shit I would have did. But that's all, man. I just wanted to bring that up because we spoke on him. I just thought that was hard. Y'all should check it out if y'all ain't never checked it out.
Okay.
And before we really close it up on the Nipsey situation, man, what y'all think about the dude who just got out of jail, man, after doing like a 24-year bid, man? He got shot, and now they done locked him up for associating with a known gang member.
Yeah, I think they gonna let him out, man.
That's some bullshit. You know
that is. That's them gang injunctions. See, we don't really know about them California laws, man, but they got some fucked up gang injunction laws, man. Well, you can't be around a known gang member. That's that shit they got Bobby Shmurda on, man.
Like, stop voting Democrat.
Well,
1994 crime bill started all that.
Hey, but you know what though? I think they're gonna let him out though. I think can't be trusted. You can't honor a nigga. You can't honor a man. Put him in national history. Huh?
Go ahead. There was somebody with some background.
I was saying, go ahead, bro. You can't honor a man, make him national history, and then lock somebody up for being around him. The same reason the man was there is the reason why you honoring him. But you're gonna lock the dude up he was helping. Like that just that don't make sense to me. Like that
goes to show you that it's behind the scenes you still dealing with racist people who have power. I was just seeing the other day what judge got locked up. He got 28 years because he was actually selling young black men to prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was selling them to prison. So they had a whole rink, like a whole hustle of selling black men and younger teens and 19, 18, 19-year-olds to prison. So whatever they charges were, they was gonna get them big football numbers, and then he was getting a cut from it.
Right
now, he just got caught. How many states is this going on in though that we don't know about, and how long has it been going on?
Did you see the video? Did you see the video audio of the police officers that was working the Nipsey Hussle funeral? Did y'all hear that? Y'all see that?
I saw the video, but I didn't see the audio. I didn't see the audio yet.
Let me see if I'm gonna see if I can find that, Nino. But y'all keep talking. I'm gonna try to pull that up. I heard it, Nino. I'm gonna try to pull it up.
Yeah, they got actual audio of police officers, of two police officers talking back and forth, and they like, man, I wish they hurry up and throw him on the ground. He stink and all kind of shit. They talking real reckless, like, you know what I mean? You could tell they was talking and they body camera was recording and they ain't know it. They was talking like reckless, man. You see what I'm saying? So like, yeah, y'all gotta. That just let you know, man. Like that just let you know, man. We still ain't shit, no matter what. No matter how they try to praise us in public, man. Behind closed doors, man, we still ain't shit. They don't get no fucks about us. But man, they was talking reckless, man. If he pulled it up, if y'all ain't heard it, y'all just if y'all on Instagram, go to the game page and check it out.
Yeah, man. I'm looking for it. But what's up, brother Mike? You here with me, brother Eugene?
One love.
What's going on?
We in here.
One love. One love. Yeah, I'm still finna find it before we get too far off it. I'm still finna find it. But here go a topic though. Eugene, how the show go tonight, my brother?
Oh man, I really enjoyed this one because we talked about defining unity, and how to unite the people that we got to deal with, because we got a lot of different personalities, different walks of life, but how do we come together instead of keep on, the same old song?
Yeah, I like that. For y'all who don't know, man, brother Eugene on the panel, man, he got a show on WVOL 1470 AM. Every Tuesday night is from 6 to 7. Every Thursday night from 6 to 7, called the Black Family Talks, man.
Yes, sir. And go live on Facebook under my page. That's YOUGENE. Your brother Eugene.
Yes, sir. So, brother, what was your thought about that, man? How can we unite? What's the definition of unity? What was your synopsis?
Well, I mean, we really first got to look at why we divided. First of all, because a lot of things you got to put into context. When you got situations where people ain't never had the opportunity to bond with somebody, or dealing with abandonment, because a lot of our divided homes cause just that. And then a lot of other things that our women have had to deal with, some that was sterilized for different ways of life where it happened to them. People don't even think about that part and what they bring to the table. And it's just a lot. So when you understand what you're dealing with, it's like, what do you do now? So opposed to allowing the kids to be out here just feeling abandoned, like they can't be, loved or paid attention to, like the mentorship, or just actually help out without somebody telling you to, or having to have a reason, because at the end of the day, we really all family. We just choose to stay divided.
Right. I agree.
So, it's always a lot of issues that we can bring up, but now we just got to really understand what the solutions is. And that's pretty much being aware of what does it and find out how we can work around it, because prevention is better than a cure.
Most
so, if I can help you understand why this person think the way that they do, because everything starts from our background. Where we came from, what we've been through, and things that we might not even be aware of that we done experienced that still affect us and causes us to have triggers, because all of us got a trigger. All of us got a button. But, how do we understand that to where, I don't want to look funny at this guy because he's limping down the street and talk about him. But if I find out he got hit by a car when he was a child, then I'm going to approach it different, because now I understand why he limped. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Opposed to me just seeing them and not knowing. It's just how we are. Yeah. So it's just understanding everybody got a purpose, and you'll realize that people who actually unify are people who know their purpose, or know that they have a purpose. And people who tend to pull themselves away are not actually living their actual purpose and still in search of it.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of stuff to it.
Yeah. Hey, Cal, is
I mean, what do y'all think that we need to do?
To me, I think we need to look past. We need to. It's kind of like, damn. Let me see how they explain it. I feel like we need to look past our trust issues, man. We need to look past our trust issues.
I'm hearing crickets in here.
Yeah.
You can't hear Nino?
I'm gonna go in. Look. This is what black people need is tribalism. White people exist off tribalism. We're gonna have to do the same thing. At 12 years old, a young black boy needs to go through a rite, a ritual, or something to describe or discern that he's a man now. And every man gotta back that system up. So every black man, and I ain't dealing with women because I'm not a woman. Women actually handle their own by themselves. Actually, the men is really kind of fucked up, to tell you the truth. So you're going to have to build a tribal system where we, regardless of where you come from, what you've been through, we got this one thing that's in common. That's what white people do. They're tribal. They don't exist in nations. Nations come later. They exist in tribes. They exist in families. And until we do that, until we start building small little tribes, 15, 20, up to 100 people, just one little tribe, we ain't going to get no better. We going to have to take what has been done against us, emulate it, and then make it better. That's the key right there. That's how we exist. That's how we move forward. And until we do that, it's not going to happen.
Well, I don't know how to put it into words. One of these other brothers who speak a lot better than me can put it into words. But the example that I'm going to use is, when you at work and your supervisor an asshole and he white, and no matter what he do, you don't do nothing. You don't say nothing. You just gotta, you learn to, in a sense, you learn to deal with the shit because you need the job. I feel like as black people, we have to have that same patience with each other. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so many times that we get around each other and our vibe is wrong. We don't like each other, and we don't understand that we don't like each other. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing we've done to each other. It was kind of what was instilled in us growing up. You know what I'm saying? Or what was passed down through generations. And I think a lot of times we got to learn not to so much as tolerate each other, but understand that it's an underlying issue. And once we can discuss that out, like, I just recently had to have a sit-down conversation with somebody that felt like I disrespected them. And to me, it's cool. Let's have a conversation. Now, I don't get it. I don't understand how the person felt that way. I don't know why. Like, my skin is way more thicker than what his skin is. But as a man, I still have to understand I did something wrong. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm going to continue to do that. I'm going to continue to build on that. And I feel like that's something we all need to do. We all need to realize that everybody got different perspective, upbringings is different, and all of that. And once we can do that,
but that's the problem. That's the problem, though. See, you're going to have to put up a system to where there's one unity or a tribe. So no matter what your background is, we all going to adhere to this principle, regardless of where you come from. This is one thing that we all must do. And that's how you develop nation. That's how you come together as a family. Until we do that, like, regardless of how you feel about me or how I feel about you, we got to do this thing in order for us all, for our children, for our grandchildren. So until we get that mindset, man, it's mute, man. We fucking talking to the wind, to tell you the truth, because we always gonna find some differences. We gonna find differences.
Hey, but so, here it is, though. Go ahead, family. I ain't want to cut you out. I'm gonna wait till you finish. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, that with BRT, fam, we actually have a solution. You know what I mean? And that solution is a communication and conflict resolution course. And so this is something that needs to be introduced in our community into the family. We have to learn how to communicate. Just like Nino said, and I agree, we definitely need to be more patient with each other. The way that we are when we trying to make some money. Because if not, then we saying that money is more valuable than our brothers and sisters, but we can't be patient with our
aunties. Right now. Be real.
You know what I mean?
Money is more valuable than our brothers and sisters right now. It is. That's the truth.
Depends on the individual. You know what I'm saying? If you are individual and you don't value yourself, then your lack of value for you will extend to how you treat other people. You did? So it begins with the individual. So with the individual, you got to love yourself first, and then you'll be able to love people outside of yourself. You got to be patient with yourself first. You got to face the man or a woman in the mirror yourself first. And then you'll be able to face other people and give them the patience that you had with yourself. You feel me? That is what has to be taught again in our communities. We had that at one point when our grandmothers and grandfathers stayed together. And we used to have those cookouts on Sundays. Or we used to have those cookouts on 4th of July. Or during the week, we would pool our resources and then we would cook and everybody would come together and we would resolve conflict within the family first, not even in the community, in the family first. But now, because the dynamic of our families has been interrupted so much by mass incarceration, drugs, and so many other things, that we have to redevelop the principles that you're discussing that formulate how a tribe operates. We got to redevelop those things. And what BRT's suggestion is have courses, communication courses, conflict resolution courses. And then once we become trained up in it, then individual members can be assigned to different families in the community that sign up. So we'll have applications for family members, for families in the community who say, man, everybody, man, we don't get together no more. Everybody don't get along no more since grandmama died. You know what I'm saying? Okay, if that's how you can sign up, and one of the assigned and trained certified members of BRT will come into your home and do a communications course with your family. That's doing the real work. That's the grassroots. You feel me?
Nigga, my cousins live in Memphis. They live on the same damn street. I'm talking about they live less than 3 blocks away from each other. And I could call and be like, what Alex doing? That motherfucker say, I don't know, I ain't got Alex's number. How the hell you ain't got his number? That nigga right
down the street.
He ain't even got his number. They ain't talked to each other in like 4 months. They live on the same street, man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Somebody was supposed to be the middleman in that, though. So if you in my family and I know 2 cousins beefing over something, then I'm the cousin. I'm cool with both cousins. I'm going to call and talk to both of them individually, and then we going to all come together. Yeah. And I'm going to be the mediator to help merge whatever differences that they have against each other. Nobody's doing that anymore. We used to have that in place. Now we don't, bro. Yeah. So we gotta re-implement those type of systems that make up a tribe, as my brother just stated.
Yeah, Nino. I think Nino made a post like that. Like, what was you saying, Nino? You said like we don't need police in our community. What do we need in our community, my brother?
Man, we just need disciplined kings, man. That got the same compassion for the women and children in our neighborhood, man. We don't need no police, man. We don't need none. What the fuck we need a police for? He ain't gonna do nothing. He ain't gonna do nothing. But listen, man, when they start giving police incentives for tickets, 10 cents, 25 cent incentive for tickets and for finding drugs, man, we don't need them, bro. We don't need them. We don't need them. What happened when your job tell you you get a bonus for doing something extra? You're gonna do it half-ass. You just want the bonus. They not.
Man, guess who started that bullshit, Guess who started that?
I think I know, but I don't want to be wrong. Who?
My Chief Surpass.
Yeah.
He was the former police chief before Anderson got in.
Right.
He ended up going to New Orleans, and then Chief Anderson got elected. But he the one who started that point system. Working in the school system for 11 years, I had the opportunity to talk to school SROs, school resource police officers. And I asked pertinent questions because I wanted to know, man, what is this point system about that I'm reading about in the newspaper that Chief Surpass has now introduced it to the police department. And they basically broke down to me that in order for you to get the shift that you want as a police officer or the duties of post that you want in certain neighborhoods that you want, you have to have a certain number of arrests, a certain number of stops, a certain number of tickets. You feel me? And then based off of your numbers, you get the choice of what neighborhood you want to police for that month. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
So now you got officers who are looking to pull people over for what they call Terry stops.
Yeah.
I went to a Citizens Police Academy training for 13 weeks. I got the language that they use. I got the training classes that they go to, the information that is disseminated to them that govern how they police. I know how they operate now here. And they are going out to do Terry stops. Now, Terry stops are unconstitutional. But how many people that get pulled over, they pulling over us, black people. We already have our organization here in Nashville that has already proven that.
Yeah. Yeah.
They did the data.
Gideon's
the driving white black, report.
We got the data now. So we know for a fact that y'all are deliberately pulling over black people so that you can get your numbers up, so you can get the best shifts, so you can get an increase in pay, and so you can increase your opportunities to move up in rank. The difference that shit crazy, man.
My man Nehemiah, let me get some some feminine, some balance, my brother, some feminine energy in the building. Sister Kiva. Okay, she must be a little busy. Who is it? What's going on, Camille? Okay, Camille came in, stayed muted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Camille. It's a little loud.
Okay.
It's a little loud, but we hear you.
I'm sorry. I'm driving. Is
That's
that better?
Right. Yeah, nice. Welcome you. We're happy to have you here, sister. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, I'm doing well. Appreciate it. Right now, we conversation that kind of went into like, what do we need in our communities? Because we always say we need to police our own. What comes to your mind, Sister Camille, when you hear people say we need to police our own communities?
Something for these kids to do. Like, that's all I feel like it is. It's something somewhere for them to have. Everybody needs to have somewhere to go, something to do. Like,
it's a bunch of nothing going on. So what else are you going to do but get in trouble?
Thank you, sister. I'm gonna jump to you, brother Mike. Brother Mike, if you with us, what do you think when we say we need to police our own communities?
We need to just watch out, bro. Watch out for each other, man.
So like that goes
saying, man. Like they were saying, bro. It's like Sean was saying. What's up with you, Sean, man? I ain't heard from you in a minute. The tribe. You know what I'm saying? We already tribal because we got gangs. My thing is we just need to change the narrative of the gangs and the narrative of some of these so-called church organizations, you know what I'm saying, for black empowerment, and then we'll be all right.
And that's another thing I was going to say, because, Brother Nino, I'm sure you can speak to this. It's not even only gangs, bro. I've noticed when we're starting organizations and black empowerment organizations and positive organizations, we are finding tribalism in that. It's hard to get 6 black organizations to come together to have a kids' day at Hadley Park. Am I right or wrong, brother Nino?
That's so true.
Now you not wrong at all, man. And listen, you're not wrong at all. I'm not gonna get into it, but now you're not wrong.
I know, and that's something we really gotta work on changing. And to go back to trust, I want to throw in ego. When we was talking about unity and why black people really can't unite like that, egos be in the way, man. We're passionate people, but passion starts to turn into ego. You know what I mean? We're egotistical people, and I guess we're like that by nature, but we got to figure out a way, bro. And that's why these panels are beautiful, man. So we can try to come up with solutions, and if nothing else, we can leave on the same level, on the same frequency.
You know what
Go ahead, bro.
We need, bro? We need more black nationalists out here, man. Because we talk about black.
Yeah, hold on, Mike. For the people who don't know what that is, give us like a quick definition of what a black nationalist is.
Black nationalism to me, basically, is like we all identify with one thing, and that's our blackness. And we push for black people to survive and produce in this country and all over the world, you know. I don't consider myself a Pan-Africanist, but I'm with what they think, but I consider myself a black nationalist right now because I'm basically focused on the United States. You see what I'm saying? And that could be, I don't care if you're from Africa, you can be a black nationalist and live here and be down with me too. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But we need to just really, because everybody talking about tribalism, they all come together off one common thing. The Crips are the Crips, the Bloods are the Bloods, the churches are the churches. We all come together over black nationalism. We're all black people. We share the same skin tone. So we should be tribal off of that alone. And then that's how you started right there.
You know what? I want to propose a thought though. Like this is a thought. Like I had a brother tell me that, you know, he hate white people. He completely hate white people. He don't give a fuck. He hate white people, right? And it made me think. And what I was thinking about was like what you saying is absolutely right. But in that process, you know, we gonna lose some black people. You know what I mean? Because in what you're saying, being a black nationalist, you have some people that grow up in these small ass towns. Like if you go to Centerville, it's only damn near 2 black families in Centerville. And it might be 100 of them, but they all family. And since they all family, all the males date white women because that's the only motherfucker down there for them to fuck on. Anything else is their cousin, right? You gonna lose them because they will never understand their blackness no matter how we do it, no matter how we try, because they grew up in Centerville around all white people. They talk white, they go to rodeos, they four-wheeler and dirt bikes, all they know is white. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, them people are already gone, bro. Them the ones we can't reach. You see what I'm saying?
He said they already gone.
But you know what I mean? It's like this ain't about hating no other group of people. This is about loving yourself more than you love everybody else, because I'd be damned if I drown for a complete stranger. You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna jump in that water and I know I can't swim and I drown. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna be around a group of people that look just like me, and we all could swim on the same accord, and we're gonna drown in that water for each other. You see what I'm saying? So it's just about loving yourself, man. I don't have no hatred for no other race on this planet. You know what I'm saying? I have envy of white people because black people don't have that same pride that they got in each other as being white people. They may not say it, but it's an unspoken language, and I'm not mad at them for that. My thing is we need to just get on the same page, man. Once we start thinking black and actually living like we're black and come to the reality that we are black people in America, and it is a dichotomy in society. Once we start, don't use it as an excuse as to why you don't have nothing. Make it as an excuse to why you gonna get something. You see what I'm saying? Once we start thinking like that, bro, everything gonna be cool.
I want to give you some inspiration though, my brother. Is that we are increasing our unity. We are increasing our understanding of the importance of sticking together because of all the tragedies and all of the hatred that we see that's coming out in the judicial system, the police department. We seeing it, and it's coming out in radio broadcasting, with the radio broadcasters coming out calling people nigga this, nigga that, and getting fired. We are now seeing the true feelings that has been private because Donald Trump made it okay So I want to say that I feel better about where we're going as a people, and I totally agree with moving as a unit. It's just that, and it's important that we define what Black nationalism means. Like, because there's been a virus implanted in our minds that when we think Black nationalism, we think and equate that to being Black Panther, right?
I know part of that virus.
That virus, yeah, it's a virus.
Hey, that virus come from trying to get validation from the people who hate us.
Exactly.
Once we get away from trying to get them to care about us, which would never happen, and just worry about ourselves, then the difference will come.
Hey, well,
we gotta explain it to our people though. Like we gotta speak clear language. That's what I loved about Malcolm. Malcolm spoke clear language and he defined the different components of the plan to unite, so that everybody will be on one accord. It's just like when we used to play football in the streets back in the day. We used to play sideline pop on the grass, and when we used to create the plays on our hands, and everybody used to have their route that they supposed to run. If we don't have the route scheduled out, if everybody on the team don't know the routes, then we gonna be running, and what? We gonna run into each other.
Yeah, you know, hey, if I agree exactly what Nehemiah said. There is a rise in Black unity that I've seen. If y'all don't mind, I want to brag on my people for just a minute. And I want to explain to y'all the week I've had. Okay. Number one, I had a roundtable discussion with a group of men. We had the Nation of Islam in one room, the Black Panther Party in one room, Gideon's Army in one room, the Brothers Roundtable in one room. We had a Blood in the same room with the Crips. You feel me? In one room. That's on one day. On another day, we go down to the state capitol, man. We got Black people, a bunch of Black people rallying for a cause, right? This is just my week. My cousin, who in prison in New York City, sent me a picture of 5 gang members all throwing their flags in the trash can on some unity shit. Like, I'm telling you, like, we getting it together. It might not be as fast as we think it needs to go, but it is coming together, man. And I'm proud of us, man. And I don't care if you want to say Nipsey Hussle did it or whoever did it. I'm loving it, man. I had a phenomenal week, man. I just wanted to brag. I want to brag on my week. I'm sorry.
Man, can I piggyback off Mike?
Yeah.
Mike hit the nail on the head when he talked about Black nationalism. Garvey did it the best. Garvey got 6 million Black people because he created, like Nipsey Hussle did, empowerment opportunities, which means he gave people tools to do for themselves. Like Garvey, all the businesses that were up under him, they were on the stock exchange. He was on the stock exchange in the 1920s. He created businesses. He helped people create businesses. Like unity is cool, but if you're not giving people the tools to do for themselves, it's not gonna last.
Dr. Claude Anderson said it best. You can't inspire Black people. You gotta empower Black people.
Yeah.
Showing them a picture of your jewelry and showing them your jewelry, they look at it and go, "Oh, that's nice. I'm gonna get that one day." But if you empower them, you teach them how to get it themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's hard. I agree with you 1,000%. Most definitely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to everybody on the panel, man. Shout out to everybody in the YouTube room, man.
Shout out, y'all. Shout out, man.
Can I take a Cal, can I take a shot at Mike real quick?
Yeah.
Here you go. Shit. Let's go.
Mike.
Go ahead, bro.
Let me take my shot at you real quick. Hey, you remember we had that conversation and we was talking about the family, the $90,000. It didn't take $90,000 to raise. And you remember I was like, man, once you get a financial advisor and all that, you was like, ain't no niggas doing no financial advising. You know, that's just your ass. Hey, they just that nigga Nipsey Hussle family released a statement, said Nipsey created a financial freedom for his family. His kids will never have to want for nothing their whole entire life. We don't need no GoFundMe. We don't need none of that. I'm just picking with you to tell you. I got my financial advisor on deck. You let me know when you're ready. I'll pay for your first session. Just let me know when you're ready. That shit real.
He created passive and residual income that'll last for generations.
Man, that man had a life insurance policy.
Hey, somebody explain that to me, fam. Explain that to me.
What? Passive income or residual?
Both.
Residual income is mostly like mortgages. You buy a car and sell a car to somebody else. That's kind of like residual income. Passive income is more or less like online marketing. Trading on the internet. That's more or less passive.
Passive income is stocks and bonds and stuff like that.
What I'm saying, what exactly did Nipsey put in place? Did they release that, or did
real estate?
Did they use that language?
No, they got they actually got, and I posted in the group. They actually got a full graph of everything he did in the last 10 years. All the stuff he did in the last 10 years. All the buildings he's bought and all the companies he's created and invested in, and I post that in the group for y'all to see it. But I was just messing with Mike because Mike said, "Nigga, don't nobody else be doing that shit but you." He was being funny. But I just
let me tell you something, Nino, bro. You know what I was saying about the financial advisor. You know I'm a black nationalist, right?
Yeah, I know exactly.
I don't believe in other black people charging other black people to tell them the game. Yeah. I believe that all black people that got some certain success in their life should sacrifice something that they paid for to obtain to better the future generations. I just feel like a financial advisor could do a lot for black people. Why you got to charge me $100 to come to your seminar? Then if I want to see Dr. Claude Anderson, I got to pay an extra $600 to see him. You see what I'm saying? I don't understand that.
You gotta look at it like this. You gotta look at it like this, and this is just how I look at it. You can go out water free. You can go out and drink some water right now off the ground if you want to. When you go pay for water and you pay your water bill, you pay for the convenience of it, right? My financial advisor, I got a booklet. I got a computer program. I got a whole bunch of shit that I input my information in, and we do analysis on it. I'm paying for the product. But I don't pay. It's not a monthly fee. If anything, it's a one-time fee, and after that, y'all just kind of ride the wave and input your information as it go. And that's why I was just. But keep in mind, Mike, I know you were just playing though. Like I know you was just I know you was cracking jokes. So I'm just fucking with you. But that's what it is. Like you only pay my financial advisor. The one-time fee you pay for is basically just for your equipment, your booklet, and all the stuff for him to go ahead and input your information and all that. But after that, he just follow with you, man. He set you up a life insurance policy. He makes sure your car insurance, your homeowner's insurance is the cheapest on the market. If not, he find a way to combine it to make it be cheaper than what you're paying. He do all of that. And that's what I paid for my one-time fee. You know what I'm saying?
How much is that?
Oh, when I did it for the first time, I paid him $70. But then he threw a class that if you came to the class, he did it for free. So I sent all my brothers. So 6 of my brothers went to the class for free. So I paid one time for 6 of my brothers to do it. As a matter of fact, if you serious, I can call him and talk to him because he's my brother now. And he'll probably do it for you for free, bro. On God.
Oh, okay. That's real because, you know what I mean? I just feel like, man, what we need right now as a people, we need information, man. And a lot of people don't got the money. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I used to read a lot of little shit, and I'd be like, okay, I'm going to go to this conference right here. And, you know what I mean? A lot of Dr. Claude Anderson's, I was looking, and I'm like, why the hell I got to pay $600 to see him? I done bought 3 of his books. God damn. Where the love at? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Do you want to empower me, or you trying to get paid off of me, bro? I ain't trying to knock your hustle, but they got to understand it has to be a generation that sacrifice. You see what I'm saying? Dr. Claude Anderson, we're going to pay for your hotel. We're going to pay for your food. Teach the people, bruh. We got you. Everybody ain't got $600 to meet you like that, man. You see what I'm saying?
$600.
And the people the people that do get it, they ain't finna share with us because they're going to be like, nigga, I paid $600 for this. You see what I'm saying? It's just that it's that capitalism, bro. He had this last one. I think he did it with Boyce Watkins. He was there, and it was like $600 to be like in the room with Claude Anderson, man.
$600 damn dollars.
It was different packages that you buy.
Like that, bro.
It's packages that you buy. It was like a conference that you. It's like different levels that you go in. You got the main room that you'll be in, everybody in for $60. Then you had different speakers in different rooms, and then they was charging different prices. And Claude Anderson, his package was like $600.
Nah, that's too much.
He tripping.
Why do y'all think it's too much to pay for education? I don't get it.
This is not education. This is knowledge that should be passed down like
education
to your children. You're not
That's
understanding.
the difference between education and knowledge.
Stop. You're not understanding our struggle. The whole thing that kept us down as a race is the denial of certain resources and knowledge. He has that knowledge where people don't have it. You can't join the exploiters. Stop. I'm gonna keep talking because you can't talk over me. You know we do this all the time.
Everything that's out there, you can actually read it for yourself. But if you're going to somebody and that's how they make their living, I don't see why you should not spread your dollar to that person and pay for that knowledge.
Man, he don't. Dr. Claude Anderson don't feel like that's what he do for a living.
$600.
What do you mean? If he charging you, he does it for a living, right?
No, man, he don't. He feel like that he a soldier in this fight for reparations too. He feel like he's at the forefront of it. My thing is, man.
But he's making money off of it, right?
But this one I don't understand. Hey, Kenpo, let me say this. This one I don't understand right here, Star. Like there are bank accounts right now that are unclaimed that our ancestors put on the market at the Freedmen's Bank when slaves were newly freed, and they started the Freedmen's Bank.
Right.
And they appointed Frederick Douglass as the president of the bank. Those accounts are still active and unclaimed. And this was
there's a link you can go on right now and check to see if you can claim if you have any funds to claim.
Okay, so why do he gotta charge people $600 when he can go claim the birthright that is in his lineage? Why you gotta charge $600 if it's a money thing? Because see, you were saying you was justifying him charging $600 to our people.
If that's what,
we need to free us.
Living, because that's what I do. I mean, I make my living off of what I know. I use my brain, and that's what I make my living off of.
Everybody do. I represent myself in course. I'm knowledgeable law. I'm knowledgeable economics, history, beating court tickets, all of that. But I drop information on people, and I don't charge them $600. A lot of information
on people too. But if that's what you do for a living, if that's what you're doing, if that's your career, then you should be paid for it. Is that his career?
That's not. We're saying two different things. It's okay to charge. We're not saying that it's not okay to charge. What we're saying is it's crazy to charge $600. That's too much.
What are you getting for the $600?
Speak on what you get in the $600 Claude Anderson package. Somebody.
A bottle of water and
a bunch of bullshit. A bunch of bullshit. To hear Dr. Claude Anderson say the same.
A bottle of water. A bottle of water.
Crazy, man.
Hey, look. Claude Anderson is getting up there in age, bro. You gonna go listen to Claude Anderson, he gonna tell you the same goddamn thing he been saying. He gonna keep talking about the same thing. Man, my thing is, if you're teaching black empowerment, man, teach it. Don't sell it.
I don't know why I fall. I don't know why I fall on that, Mike, man, because you do have to make a living.
Bro,
you know
listen.
You do. Like, do we not? Let me ask you this. Do we knock the man for making Hidden Colors, or do we appreciate it?
Who?
Tyreek.
You know how I feel about him. I don't deal with him.
But it's like in the same vein. I mean, it's like in the same vein, though. It's like I don't know. It's like if you can. let me say something though, Mike. If you're getting a tangible product for your money, I think that's an even swap, no swindle. If you're getting a product, but now I ain't gonna lie, $600. I know I can't afford it, but it is something people out here can afford it.
Know what he's giving you for the $600? Does anybody know that?
Man, I had to go back on that website.
I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm looking at it right now. It's a bottle of water, a legal pad,
a legal pad. Wait.
And then 2 packs of weed, nigga. That's it. That's all he got.
Why you laughing?
And the selfie for the gram.
And the selfie for the gram.
I'm sick of it.
Yeah,
but bro,
our business models are outdated, and I think that's what Nipsey brought to the scene. Is the business model that he was talking about is called integrated vertically. If y'all ever heard it, look it up. That was Nipsey's business model. He learned that from Jay-Z and from Percy Miller, from Master P. So a lot of these old heads, the reason why they got to charge so much because their business model is outdated.
Yeah. But guess what? They rich, and so they charge.
Claude Anderson is not rich.
No, I'm talking about
average people $600. You ain't rich.
I'm talking about Master P and Jay-Z.
But they started somewhere, though, Star. They started somewhere. Well, yeah, they started somewhere. I mean, I'm not saying they shouldn't charge. What I'm saying is they started somewhere and they created a business model. And along the way, they were considerate of their people and what they people needed to learn and their people needed to grow along the way.
You think Jay-Z was considered? We know who Jay-Z is.
Okay, Jay-Z is the one who bailed Meek Mill out of jail.
We're talking about Meek Mill right now.
21 Savage. He got 21 Savage back in the U.S.
That's where Jay-Z started.
Hey, he doing work out here.
Jay-Z started as a rapper.
Basically, what he trying to say is Jay-Z is the human resource department of hip hop. So you just leave Jay-Z alone.
Okay.
Yeah, he give it back. Now
that motherfucker do everything.
He did some shady stuff to get to where he got to.
No, but I'm just saying he still was about his money. Master P was about his money. Y'all let these little people charge what they gonna charge if y'all want their knowledge, because everything they telling y'all is out there for y'all to get it on your own without paying.
Look, Master P came through the hood and gave your ass 25 songs for $10. He was breaking folks off. He was doing
double deals.
He invented
compilations. He had a better business plan.
Right. Boys Rockets them, they just selling dreams is what they're doing.
Guess what? If you try to hire Master P right now, guess how much you gonna pay him to get
Master P ain't for hire.
I follow Master P. Master P giving a lot of work out for free for upcoming artists.
Hey,
and he speak about
it. But if you hire him for a workshop, how much you think he gonna charge you?
Master P don't do workshops.
But if he did,
hold on,
he gonna charge
you. He'll come to the hood and probably do it for free because he worth $275 million. So he ain't gotta stroke his people who admire his pathway to success. He gonna give
Okay, y'all. Hey, I found it, y'all. I found it.
Hold on.
Wait,
I found it. The All National Black Convention.
So Fiji water and what?
I can tell y'all how much Jay-Z charged. Jay-Z said, y'all think it's bougie, but that's fine. I'm trying to give y'all $100 worth of game for $9.99.
Yeah, you feel me?
$9.99.
Yes.
Yeah. Jay-Z said, he said, y'all
listen, y'all. Hey, they having the All Black National Convention. This is Boyce Watkins. This is what he do. It's for September 2019. The price range is $249 to $699 for tickets.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Say no more. We already know what they on. They hustling the people.
Hold on. Let me look and see what all you get in that pack. Maybe you get a whore. Let me check and see.
Nah, man. Come on, man.
I'm trying to see what you get for what you doing? Like, what are you doing?
They hustling the people the same way when y'all remember when they had this movement about the Moors and everybody was like, man, you gotta get your status correction, claim your nationality,
And then it was a movement like 5 to 7 years ago where everybody was like, man, I'm finna nationalize. Then all these groups started charging these outlandish ass prices for you to allegedly go through their little system and get nationalized, and the paperwork was wrong. And a lot of them folk got their head locked up. And then that's when they came out with the Black Identity Extremist title. That's the same thing they doing now. It's too many hustlers in our community hustling the people out they bread. They following, they coming with the same format.
As
them
the
doing the same shit.
Yeah, look, only thing I'm saying is this. It's a company in Nashville called Corner to Corner. You could pay Corner to Corner $120. They gonna put your ass in a 6-week class, and by the time you leave that class, you'll be a CEO of your own business. To me, that's worth it, nigga. That's me.
They got the white boy doing it here in Nashville, doing the same shit. What's the white boy?
Whoa. Yeah, you're right. He is white, but his wife is the one that kind of runs the shit. And yeah. But yeah, his name.
That's what I do. That's what my company does.
That's Will Acuff. His name is Will Acuff.
My company does that. My company's called the Entrepreneur Biz. But you got to pay me more than $120.
Yeah, and you don't even know Jay-Z lyrics. I can't trust you with my money and my life, my success.
Okay, well, here go Jay-Z for y'all. Y'all want to see Jay-Z? Y'all see him? There he go. That's Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Who she show? Usher?
That was not Usher. See, y'all believe it. This is the Jay-Z that didn't have nothing, and then he came up. Yeah.
Man, that is not Jay-Z, man.
He came all the way up.
Hey, that look like something I painted, bro. Hey,
that look like Willie Earl from out east.
That was the best. Man. Y'all know who that is, don't you?
Man, man, don't show that picture, man. Documentary. Man, I'm gonna put the link in the chat for the Kickstarter. You know we're working on the Jefferson Street documentary, man. Jimi Hendrix, man, spent a year in Nashville. He really told the people he learned how to play music in Nashville, man. Be on the lookout for Jefferson Street, the documentary, man. Shameless plug.
Hey, much love, y'all. I gotta go hit this gym, man. Much love.
All right, my brother. All right. Peace.
Yep, he's late at the Elks.
Yeah, he did. It was called that was Club Baron. It was Club Baron back when he was playing. But yes, sis. I'm trying to brush up on my knowledge, man. Trying to brush up on my old Nashville knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Some you know what I'm saying? Some brother Mike can be proud of. Brother Mike, you know I done start figuring out the Stokely Carmichael when he was here.
Right.
He started a riot. I done bumped into some of that information too. But man, I don't really want to get off track, man. Some of the people is quiet. Sister Camille, you still with us? All right, Brother Eugene, what you doing?
I'm still listening.
Yes, sir.
I'm still here. I'm making lunches. Sorry.
All right, that's cool.
She ain't doing nothing but making us a lettuce wrap.
Don't do me. Don't do it.
That's cool. She vegan.
They got picnic day tomorrow, and I'm in charge of fruit.
How you get in charge of just fruit?
Well, because they know I'm not about to do nothing else. And my kids, and I already gave them the warning, you don't have to eat everything that's presented to you. So I will make sure that they have plenty of things that they enjoy so that they don't have to do all of that. So I'm sorry, but I'm here.
Hey, what's the next topic?
I'm glad y'all here. Let me jump into another topic, man. Everybody do me a favor and mute your mics. I'm gonna play a video that I haven't even saw. So if everybody can mute your mics, it'll come through a little bit clear. Be sure you let me know if it's not coming through so clear. Hold on, I want to go here. Let me see, y'all. I'm rusty, so I'm figuring this out. But let's see. And hopefully YouTube don't flag this fucking video for me doing this. But let's give it a whirl.
Is it music? You playing somebody else's music or video?
Nah, it ain't music. It's a news clipping on one of the topics that you sent me, sis.
Oh yeah, you should be. You might be okay.
You finna post
They
70
sensitive.
Yeah, I know it's real sensitive, man, and they'll flag my shit. We can't get three strikes and you're out on
That's
YouTube.
okay. You'll jump new
3
on them.
strikes and you're out
A
there.
lot of them got about
You
10
already know.
pages. You be alright.
You already know. Can y'all see my screen right now? Or no?
Yeah, I can.
Y'all can't. Hold on. My bad, y'all. My bad. Y'all let me know when it's on the news clipping.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, we see
All
it.
right, cool. Hold on. Damn, I got to unmute.
All these years.
Here we go.
Oh my fucking God.
Evening to you. I'm Christine Johnson. And welcome everyone. I'm Maurice Dubois. Those stories are straight ahead. But first, after all these years, the Reverend Al Sharpton admits he was an FBI informant.
Yes, he says that he was the cat that got the rats, but others say that Sharpton's secret life was not by choice. CBS 2 political reporter Marcia Kramer has the story.
Michelle Obama probably never knew that one of the guests at her recent White House 50th birthday party was an FBI mafia informant who helped bring down members of the Genovese crime family. Reverend Al Sharpton, now a confidant of both the First Lady and the President and of Mayor Bill de Blasio, has his own unique take on his days as the government's confidential informant number 7.
In my own mind, I was not an informant. I was cooperating with investigations.
The revelations threaten to embarrass Sharpton as he kicks off his National Action Network convention this week with de Blasio and President Obama the headliners. But de Blasio, who calls Sharpton family, is sticking by his buddy.
Doesn't change the relationship one bit. I'm very proud to be his friend. I think he has done a lot of good for the city of New York and for this country. I have the exact same positive view of him I had before.
Sharpton has been dogged for years by reports that he was an FBI informant, helping the government go after boxing promoter Don King and music executives. Now we learn he also went after mobsters, including the legendary Vincent the Chinchigante, the so-called Oddfather who paraded around in his bathrobe and pajamas. Though he has ducked and dodged questions, he wore a wire for the feds. That wasn't possible today since a batch of government documents were made public.
The conversations were recorded.
And there's also the issue of how he became an informant. Some say he was pressured into it after he was caught in a drug sting. This HBO undercover sting video that aired in 2002 shows Sharpton with a cowboy hat pulled down over his bouffant hairdo. Sharpton appears to nod when an agent offers him a cut from future drug sales. But now Sharpton claims he went to the feds for protection from threats from mob-connected music executives and was asked to rat out the bad guys.
They were threatening to kill me.
And while the feds say his information helped bring down guys like Gigante, Sharpton says he didn't know how his information was being used.
I have never met any of these guys. The guy with the pajamas, I don't walk around with guys that walk outside. I never met this guy.
Well, Sharpton says he's not embarrassed by anything that he did. What he is embarrassed about, he says, is how, quote, fat he used to be now that he has reinvented himself as a skinny guy. By the way, sources say the mayor will cut the ribbon tomorrow at the start of Sharpton's 3-day National Action Network convention. Christina Maurice?
Well, he does definitely look different.
He does.
Yes, Marcia, thank you.
All right, y'all. What we
Hey, I would like to say everything is for educational purposes only. Educational purposes only. All videos that this channel uses for educational purposes only.
Thank you, sis. Thank you, sis. Now,
okay.
Go ahead.
Moving forward, I'm going to throw my y'all know I go far left. I'm sure that's what it's called, far left. But to me, that's just revelation of how this thing works. One can look at it in a small form or a small level, but to me, they're showing you, just like Jesse Smollett case, how this thing works. These people are connected to the CIA, to the government, period. They may give you a story of it was only this, but the real thing is to give revelation onto how this thing is really working. I don't think people realize how connected to our people who are fighting the cause, or people who are in celebrity status, the superstars, how connected they are into the control of the populace. And this is just revelation onto, man, how it's all been infiltrated.
That's a fact. Nino, I seen you showing a book or something in the background, brother. What was that about? Okay, maybe not.
This is a book that I purchased many years ago, and I lost it, and I bought it again. It's called Scams, and it's by Reverend Jesse Lee Patterson. It's called Scams.
No, Nino, like I stop. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. I don't know, man. I'm biased, bro, but that's like me reading. Maybe people will call me crazy, but I would never read like a book from David Duke, the president of the KKK. So I don't know, bro. Just me personally, I wouldn't even. I would wipe my ass with that book just because I've heard Jesse Lee Peterson's rhetoric, and to me, it's dangerous to people like me and people like the people that's on this panel.
But look, can I say in defense of him?
I don't want to shit on that book, though, my brother.
In defense of him, though, sometimes they throw stuff out there that is truth, and it may come from a source like that, and it's for you to think just like you're thinking. Just putting it out there. Putting it out there, because they have to reveal it to you in order for it to transpire, good or bad. That is the law of the universe. You have to put it out there. So whether they give it to you from your enemy or your best friend or the people that look like you, they have to put it out into the universe and for it to manifest. I just want to put that out there.
Who is Jesse Lee? Who is that? I never heard of him. Who is Jesse Lee Peterson? Who is that?
So just a quick synopsis of him, man. He's a older black guy who he said he was born and raised in Alabama. Now he lives in California, and he's of course this is gonna sound super biased, and it's gonna sound like I'm shitting on him, and I'm absolutely shitting on him. But he's a Trump supporter. He feels like white supremacy doesn't exist. He felt like slavery was just the law of the land. Jim Crow was just the law of the land, and he pulled himself up by the bootstraps. Why can't y'all black people pull yourself up by the boot? He's an Uncle
So
Ruckus.
his book is basically
He
telling the
sounds
truth
just
about
like
Jesse
Uncle
Jackson,
Ruckus, bro.
Yes, sir.
So he
Basically,
telling the truth about Jesse Jackson now.
yes.
I'm gonna read that
From
book.
that cover, it
Hold
looks
on.
like
Hey,
it.
let me finish. I know, dude. It's so many people that I know who bash him and talk bad about him and everything, and it made me research him. When I researched him and I seen this book, when I saw this book, it's two things that I knew in getting this book. First of all, I only paid $2.75 for the book, right? Just an FYI. The reason why I got the book, because I know he was going to do one or two things. One, he was going to criticize like a motherfucker, or B, he was going to give you some insight on who he is as a person. Because anything that he say, I can research myself and determine what's the truth. Because again, the type of book reader I am, I don't seek a way of life in books. I seek perspective. That's it. In this book, he has taught everything that we complain about today, about these black leaders. He speaks about it, right? Now, don't get me wrong. It's a lot of shit he's saying here that I'm like, nah, you just hate. You just a hater. You just don't like your black skin. But it's some shit that he's saying here, including what we just watched. He talk about that in there. He like, man, you get these motherfuckers around us, and they're cooning the whole time. In so many words is what he's saying. So I'm just telling y'all, if you're a person who read books and try to find yourself inside a book, don't read this book. If you the type of person that just like to hear perspective, read it. And it ain't that deep. It ain't that big of, he don't go too deep. He ain't the brightest fucking bulb in the lamp. But he makes some very valid points about these people. Now, Farrakhan, he just hate on Farrakhan, period. He just hate on Farrakhan. You could tell that Farrakhan is the father he wish he would have had. But everybody else and everything else he talk about, I'm telling you, it's a pretty good book. I'm telling you.
Dr. Clark exposed Farrakhan as.
Yeah.
Hey, but I want to read that book, though, man. I feel him, man, because them niggas is some scams and they need to be exposed, bro.
Right.
I don't give a fuck.
They sure do.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, when you read it, it's a passage in there. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna let y'all keep talking, and I'm gonna tell y'all what he said in one of them, and I agree with him. Like, hold on, I'm gonna let y'all keep talking, and I tell y'all when I find it. Y'all die? Y'all all right?
Nah, I'm here. I don't know. That's what I was trying to figure out, man. I ain't know what happened. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, man, I need to find out who this cat is. I like to hear them expose.
I mean, you can look him up, man. He done debated, you know.
Nah, bro, no. Hey, I read books by David Duke and stuff like that. I'll read his book because I always want to know what the enemy thinking.
Hey, listen. Hey, look. Hey, this right here. Hold on. I got an echo. Hold on. I'm gonna read. All right. He say, Black Americans do not need the kind of self-appointed leaders they currently have. I don't recall the entire black race in this country taking a national vote to elect Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, and Louis Farrakhan in the NAACP, right? He go on and on and on. He talking shit. Then he said, their leadership, however, has proven to be disastrous. Their arrogant enlists have given us continuous diet of racism, paranoia, affirmation action programs, higher welfare checks, and many display little to no personal integrity in their own personal life. These self-proclaimed leaders have helped grow the welfare system that has resulted in the elimination of the black man and head of the household by the government. And now the government is now the new daddy of the household. And he goes on and on. Now, like I said, everything he's saying this motherfucker ain't 100% factual. But when you go in there and you read it, he say some shit that makes sense. You see what I'm saying? He called them Uncle Toms. He called him everything. He a Uncle Tom his damn self. But he, just read it. Like I said, just read it. It's a good book.
Yeah, they like rappers beefing with each other, both of them exposing each other.
Exactly. And that's exactly why I bought it. They just like rappers exposing each other. Nigga, we would never know Drake had a son if him and Pusha T wasn't beefing.
That's how they always been. They always done fought each other. We always been caught in the middle.
But how do Jesse Jackson say though? How do he say I was not a snitch. I was an informant. What did he say?
Who was that? Al Sharpton. You talking about Al Sharpton?
Yeah, Al Sharpton. What did he say? I wasn't no snitch. I was an informant.
Yeah, he said they was trying to kill me. Come on.
No, he said I wasn't a informant. I was cooperating. I was a witness or some shit like that.
Look, he gotta cooperate. He didn't sign them papers at one point in time. Let's just tell the truth.
What papers you talking about, sis?
Man, he in it to win it. Anybody on a major platform is in it. They in it.
Yeah. Al a slippery motherfucker, man. I seen an interview with the dude who he actually snitched on that had him. Al supposed to had 2 keys of dope or some shit like that, man. That's how he got caught up. And then he gave up the mob connection. That's how it all started.
Eugene, you quiet over there, brother Eugene, man. What's your thoughts about Al, man? We came up with Al.
Hey, I ain't never trust really none of these mainstream so-called leaders anyway. It's only a few of them that had our best interests in mind. A lot of them was the go along to get along gang. So that don't surprise me that he was an informant. That just goes with his character. He don't look like one of those stand-up cats when they come to you and ask you questions. Like Malcolm. They try to hit Malcolm with it, but he like, no, I'm not in here to work with y'all. Al Sharpton ain't one of them types, so that don't surprise me.
See, my thing is, I've always heard of pastors doing these, turn your guns in shits with the police. Shit, yeah. Pastors always been in with the police and shit, so I don't know why it surprised anybody.
My thing, though, is going in more in depth. Look how many people did like Al Sharpton and followed him and looked for him to leadership. So how many people have they implanted within our community that are misguiding us?
the mainstream, darling. If
But
it's
look
for the
how
public, shit, it ain't many of them in the
it's a
mainstream
lot, but
that's
I'm
actually
saying
100 with us.
their effect. Look at the effect, because you got some old people who they ain't not gonna believe that Al Sharpton. Don't care what he say, they gonna believe what he say.
Yeah, we
Period.
got people still believe the so-called Jesus was white. You know, you
Right.
don't always have those.
So my thing of it is, we got to realize these people are still implanting things and people as of today. It's just
Absolutely,
twisted, and it
I
may
agree.
look different and feel different, and we may not even suspect that that's what's going on, but that's what's going on, and it has infiltrated hip hop.
I agree with that. I mean,
I think Eugene, you want to get into that, then. That leads us into this, then, because we all like music. Some of us do music. Some of us has done music. So I don't know. I guess somebody break down what was the start, or how is hip hop being infiltrated now?
Well, for one thing, once we hit gangster rap, it never changed. Music used to evolve from the beginning. You went from one level to the next, and you came up with different styles. Now we done hit this. Ain't nobody else talking about nothing but straight up low energy shit. That's it.
Can I say, and because I can't, as much as I don't keep up with music, but I say it seemed like the turning point, like the straight definite turning point, was when Death Row came on the scene.
Gangster rap.
That was like the straight turning point. Shit ain't never been the same since. If people go back and look at how deadly that was, man.
Because we need to realize that music is a learning style. Your children will know a song way before they know anything that they get taught in class, because music is a learning style. And we sit around and listen to music really only catering to the beat because the beat makes us move, but not listening to what the hell they tell us and how they tell us to live.
Hold on, though, man. Music is one thing because it's in our ears, but visuals, but visuals, we are different when we see visuals. And Menace to Society,
that's a learning style too.
That movie that destroyed the black community, because when you look at how Kane lived, everybody kind of wanted to be Kane. But when you seen at the end of the movie that the kind of good guy died, you were like, fuck this, I'm going out like old dog. You know what I'm saying? And everybody in the hood and every black man kind of said, yeah, I'd rather be old dog than Kane. It's like the bad guy survived and the good guy died. So you like, shit, I'd rather shoot first. Old dog was the nigga that didn't fight at all. He gonna shoot.
Yeah,
so
they use that in conjunction. They use that in conjunction. You gotta,
and that was in 93. So if you think about the turn of black people, like it was like in that early 90 thing, like what you said, Death Row, man, Menace to Society, that visual, I can't lie. When I thought about the movie, I always wanted was like, man, yeah, I'm a kind of Kane type of nigga. I'm gonna fight when a nigga approach me. But then, like I said, I see more old dogs out here now. Like it's like niggas didn't want to be around old dog back in the days because you like, that nigga crazy. Stay away from him. But now it's like, shit.
How you describing it? That's what we call keeping it real, and that's REEL. Like a TV reel. We living out some programs that was told to us how we should be aggressive, how we should treat each other, what actually happens in some of our communities, but not all. But we all took it on. Even they children took it on. They started to act like that realness.
That go along with that secret meeting they were talking back in the early 90s between them top executives and them people in the gangster rap. They won't say specific names, but they were talking about how they were gonna change the course. You know what I'm saying? They started putting that gangster shit, telling what they could rap about and what they're gonna get them airplay. All that shit going coincide with the movies and everything that came out. Look at the effect of it right now. Did y'all ever hear about that? That secret meeting they had?
Well, you know, they've always actually had secret gatherings just because we wasn't there. And they always have those meetings to do shit against us.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what they do. That's how they maintain their power, because their power is really through us. And we give it away.
Right. So I'm wondering why people, with knowing that, why people don't understand more that these things that we're seeing playing out on TV are actually more like government operations that we're perceiving as just entertainment, but it's actually government operations, and these governments are families, bloodlines, or whatever to keep control and division of the masses. It's like we keep forgetting that.
I mean, a lot of us know it. A lot of us have given up on our people. So it's like, well, I know it, but they don't give a damn, so I don't give a damn. You know, that mentality
No,
too.
I'm talking about speaking of the mentality, like when they do something and instead of knowing that it is something intentionally been done to drive the emotion, because everything is emotion. Going back to the sound, everything is sound, even light is sound, vibration is sound, magnetism is sound. We wasn't taught what light and frequency is. So all of that, the visual, all of that goes together. So we don't realize that some things that they are putting on TV, which they have in law, they can lie to you now on TV. It's full-blown propaganda. It's not actual events that's happened. It's propaganda to pull an emotion of a certain group of people to keep them confused and docile. We're forgetting that portion of it, and we fall into, oh, we didn't had something happen to a savior, or oh, this didn't happen, when ain't nothing, what is going on. We forgetting who running stuff.
I mean, a person like me and you know this, because we was able to catch it and have a real understanding of it. And a lot of our people who really haven't caught on to it, it's because everybody don't catch information the same way. You have a classroom.
Go ahead. I agree with you, and I ain't trying to overtalk you, but see, I try to be sensitive when I say stuff, because I didn't got accused so much of being like I'm talking like I know too much, or talking like I'm talking down on someone.
Our
and
people have a problem with us being smart. You know what I mean?
But I try to explain to people, I actually went through an experience that literally I didn't even know until after hindsight was a true awakening, to where I knew what the fuck, everything was fake. I ain't have to even read no book.
Right.
Straight up. Like, I experienced the crystal coming up your spine, and I'm thinking,
wait a minute, we didn't lose it, did we?
2 months thinking I'm having headaches. I'm having headaches after headaches, but this crystal then went past your 33 vertebrae, going up the spine, going up your spine, coming up the back of your head, coming up to your crown.
Well, really, if you really think about it, the ones who've had that experience, the actual creator had to be in agreement with that. That's between them and their relationship with their creator. Because once you really get an awareness of something other than public talk concepts of what people call God, and you really get into what's really going on, and that relationship change, everything changes.
You're right. Everything changes, and I'm cool with it, but I man, you get attacked a lot. You know what I'm saying? I have to hold back a lot, because it's not an ego thing. Like, I never try to come from that perspective, and I hurt for my people so bad. And that's why I don't talk about, I love to hear people talk about ways of getting money, because I know they've been getting money from day one since they step on our land a whole different way. That's why they even created Constitution, 3rd, 4th, 5th Amendment, everything, government, all that was, welfare was created for them. All of that was created for them. So we've been living upon a system since then. So but I love to hear our people talking about get money, but I know the money itself, the creation of it by itself, has been a detriment to people all over the earth, because you was never supposed to take anything and create it for monetary gain anyway. Not even the gold, not even the silver. You was only supposed to use it for energy. And they have taken it and started using it for blood, sweat, and tears energy.
Yeah,
but it still kind of has an energy effect, right? Because when you talk about
negative.
Gold, yeah, absolutely. When you're talking about gold and when you're talking about diamonds, we still work hard and go hard and exert energy just to get those things. So,
right. It's wrong.
those
Like in my
are not the
perspective.
only ones that have an effect on us, though. And that's another thing. We really place a lot of value on what they say is valuable. They have to tell you that that's worth something.
Yeah.
When you have all kind of crystals and you know, like when I realized it, you know, I work at a cemetery, and they got this thing to where they call witching a grave, and they have 2 copper rods, and they'll have one in each hand, both of them are bent in an L shape. When they walking, when they find an open spot, those 2 rods will cross on their own. And I was like, wow, that's some amazing shit. So what else does this type of shit, you know what I mean, that we don't know about? But we're so busy looking at what the hell they tell us is it. It should be right in front of us, dog.
It's right in front of us. They're taking energy right out of the sky and charging you electricity. They taking water from rainwater or out of ocean, and they collecting it and charging you for. You got to understand, this was here for you. How that doesn't even make sense. They've taken and making diamonds so expensive. When diamonds, you got a crystal that's way more will actually bring energy into your body, into your aura. And they've just told you that it's worth something. That all of that goes along with keeping control, because this is bigger than black and white. This is a species thing. Somebody ain't surviving. Somebody ain't supposed to be here.
That's why we're doing things unnaturally, because we're following unnatural people.
And we're going to have to pay for that, because especially when things are being revealed to us and we want to still fall back into a slumber. Unfortunately, we are going to, as a race, we're going to have to pay for following these beasts.
So what you mean? All right, let's get into that then, man. Hey, man, I'm sorry if I'm sorry if you guys ain't enjoying this conversation, but I think it's pretty dope. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, let me jump around before I dig into this. Star, anything you want to contribute to us? Brother Ron, Brother Mike, anybody taking a break? Well, cool. Let's
I'm listening.
All right.
Yeah, I'm listening too, bro.
I'm just saying I'm married to a white woman and I love her. White power.
No, it ain't nothing wrong with that. But when the sky's cracking, Jesus come back. Only 144,000 of us going, and Edomites are not going with us. Nino. So love on her now, before the Most High come back.
Love on her now.
Real. And you better repent, man, and come back to the law, statutes, you know what I'm saying, and commandments of the Bible, my brother Nino.
That man said love on her now.
Yeah, because she ain't going. Like my Hebrew Israelite brother say, she ain't going with us, Nino. Hey, man. But
shit.
but nah, so let's go. What was we at? Talking about the crystals and the energies. So when we want to go into that and the energies and the difference between us and them, is what I want to know is, I don't know, bro. I guess I want to know, like, if they say that the original man come from Africa and the original man is a black person, then I really want to know of where did Caucasian people come from? Did they come from albinos or what's your thought on that?
I can give you an idea.
Was they created? Hold on, was they created from the Yakub? You know what I'm saying? Some of my brothers may know about that. Some of y'all may not, but I don't know, bro. What you got on that, Eugene?
Well, this is the concept I was given.
All right.
Well, you know that we can produce everything from the darkest black to the albino. And now we have a situation where we had some of our people that was caught in this, what I think was called the Wormian Ice Age, to where, you know, when the sun is out, you get darker. When the sun is gone, you get lighter when it's cold.
Yeah.
So this is a situation where these are years of the sun being blotted out. The sky just blotted out to where it's just cold where these people are, and they had to adapt to it. So if you pay attention to how we're different, that's why, like, if you from, you know, the original place, it's going to be hot. So you're going to have a wider nose, your wide nostrils, because you want to be able to cool your brain off because it's hot. Then if you're in a situation where it's cold and freezing, you're going to have thin, small nostrils because you don't want to breathe in a lot of air because it'll freeze your brain. You see what I'm saying? Then if you look at how the hair is, what we call kinky, nappy, whatever the case may be, everything with the most energy has the core pattern to it. Anything that's straight has a lower frequency, just like your antenna. On your car, you got the straight one, but on a police scanner or something that they use, they got the one with the core because it has a better power to it. So being in a cold situation, it's like, you know how people say that your hair is oily or whatever the case is, you know, your face oily. There's a secretion that comes out of our head that the heat actually cooks into it for us, but for them, it lays it down because they needed their hair to lay down and it turned into like a straight, you know what I mean, pattern and where to cover the neck. Because in a cold climate, you know, if you notice people wear scarves, your neck is very vulnerable. So they had to have it to where their hair went straight down to cover their body. That's why they had hair all over their body. So, you know, that's another thing with them. And, you know, if you just look at how the patterns are of our differences, how we could have been straight up plant-based eaters because in the sun, everything grows for you. You don't have to look for nothing. It's right there. You just pick it and go. But if you're in a cold condition, nothing grows, so you have to learn to hunt, fish, and all of that shit. You know, you might have something that's out there that's a plant that you can get to, but it's not going to be like it would be in a place to where it's hot outside and everything's right there for you. And that's why our people was considered to be outside naked, because you don't want a lot of clothes on if you don't have to when it's hot. And then if you notice, they was able to be half naked, damn near naked, without being in a perverted community, and you was able to live in that type of environment without all of the shit to it. To where with them and it's cold, they had to cover up. So to be naked was something that really aroused them because that's something they don't normally see. And then they didn't really like to have a lot of children because it's hard to feed a lot of children when you got to hunt. You never know if you're going to make it. So that's where a lot of those other patterns of sex came from, you know, homosexuality or pedophilia, all of whatever they used to do. That's a different ball game when you're in that condition. So that's my take on where we get them from.
I want to talk to Star. Star.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, Star. So after hearing all of that, does that sound, have you ever heard a story like that, or does that just sound like propaganda?
No, I think it aligns with how the Caucasian race came about from the original Africans. It kind of aligns with that. I don't agree with the homosexuality comments or whatever from that, but because in all animal kingdoms there's a little bit of homosexuality. So in mammals, amphibians, you know, so humans are no different. So
But
I
what
don't
about
think it doesn't have anything to do with race.
what about bestiality? Because only white people fucking elephants and shit.
You was a fool.
It's not to say nothing on that one.
We're live on YouTube. So,
Yeah. I just want to get y'all take on it, man. You know what I'm saying? Just want to get y'all take on it. What about you, brother Mike? Is that pretty much the story you heard? I ain't gonna lie to you, Eugene. That's pretty much the story that I heard, bro. You know what I mean?
It does have a yeah, I meant to say it does have a lot to do with the cells mutating as well, which goes along with evolution. So it kind of aligns with what he was saying, but there's some more science to it as far as the cells mutating.
All right, let's since y'all quiet and me being the person I am, I want to jump into that because you just said evolution, right? When I hear evolution, I'm gonna tell y'all what I hear. Then I'm gonna ask a question. When I hear evolution, I hear we came from apes, chimps, monkey, that family. What you know what I'm saying?
Well, when he was saying how they had to adapt to climate, that
Uh-huh.
evolution is part of adaptation to your climate, and so the cells
So
had to mutate
you
in
don't think
order
it's
for that change to take effect.
do you think that like gorillas could have mutated into us?
I don't agree with that type of evolution. I'm still one of those people that don't agree with that we came from chimps and apes and stuff like that. So, I mean, I do believe in evolution, but I don't believe we came from monkeys or chimps or whatever.
And plus, when we get wet, we don't smell like them.
There were
Yeah.
different humanoids. There were different humanoids existing at the same time. So the original Adam wasn't the original Adam. There were other humanoids at the same time. So that existed at the same time, and they also had sex with each other and had babies. So
I
that's all
got
I can
you.
say to that.
Let's get into the like heterosapien and homo sapien sapien and all of that. You know what I mean? I was getting
Well,
into that, but fuck it. Well, we don't have to go. We don't have to go that way. I just want to because really in school they slick teach us that in school. You know what I mean? They slick teach us that we come from apes, and that's just one of the myths that when you start doing research on it, you like, I don't really know. I don't really know about that. You know what I mean?
I
But
mean,
that's another propaganda point that's been pushed, especially upon us, upon black people. You know what I
They
mean?
trying to tell you that's where they come from. A little piece of their
Exactly.
DNA.
Exactly. The more research you do, the more it's like, but you know what I'm saying?
They have straight hair. They have fur. They have straight hair. They smell of that when they get wet because that's what's within them.
but
They cannot reproduce like copper color people at all. I didn't even know that they had trouble just having babies. Like
not
just
all of
having a
them.
baby, they actually have problems just having baby. You know, our people popping out 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Who y'all
Always
talking
have.
about? Y'all talking about white people?
Yeah, they are. We have what and why they call us the people of the earth. We actually have crystals and minerals that's in the ground, that's in mountains, that's in trees running through our body. They do not. They do not.
Well,
So
I'm
either we messed up, and I'm not gonna pretend like I know what happened because we all trying to figure this out. But to me, my perspective is like I don't know. Either we messed up and messed around and created them. They had to be in a cold environment. You got to think when you're doing anything scientific, more than likely it's cold. It's super cold. Super, super, super cold. So they had to be in a cold environment. They had to keep doing DNA manipulation, not evolution. They had to keep doing DNA manipulation till they could get these beings able to survive in the outside in the tropical environment.
Well, you do know that Africans not don't all have kinky hair. Some of them have straight hair,
Yeah, because I
and
would say all
and
Africans are
some of
not
them
Africans like we think. All they closely related. All of that is one landmass. Really, Europe, all that over there is one
right, but
landmass.
that's where the Caucasian race come from. Like Africans have they have slanted eyes. All of that comes from every person that you see. Their characteristics come from the original African.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't
So
agree with that. I wouldn't say we come from Africa, but I would agree that all of them are the same because they all on one. They all over there together. I would agree for that. France, all that they together. I would agree with you on that. I just wouldn't say that the copper color people that I speak of come from that.
but the light eye genes, even the original Africans had light eyes. Some
I
are
agree
born with
with you.
blue eyes. Some are born. I was born with blue eyes, but they changed. So I mean,
yeah, and
we
you know
all
that's a
come
difference when
from.
you're looking at blue eyes and brown eyes, and just to do some research on that's a you see different. That's a whole different. That them are different beings. Basically, the eye color is very important. Eye
But
color
what I'm
is
saying
very
is
very
they all
important.
came from the original Africans.
Yeah, that's
So
what I'm saying. I would
the white
disagree with
person
that.
came from the original African. Their straight
And you
hair,
would,
their light eyes, all of that came from that. It came from a change in their cells to adapt to their cold environment.
Yeah. See, I would I would just I feel you. I've heard that before. Like I just totally agree from that. I feel like they gave us the outer Africa theory. It's a lot of stuff going on in Antarctica. All compasses point north. That place has had they got a treaty with every country. Ain't nobody gonna break it, and you bet not dare try to go over there and go too far. It is something in North. It is something in Antarctica that they do not want us to see. They have gave us the outer Africa theory, and they have let us ran with that for too long, in my opinion. Not trying to take away what's coming out of Africa, but I think they got us confused about all the land masses, where we're located, what's connected, how far stuff is, because they got control over that. They got control over aviation, over everything.
I personally believe that natives inhabited the entire earth, but the original people came from the landmass of Africa. So that includes white people.
Yeah, see, like it's older artifacts been found on this side of the hemisphere than even over there. That's just straight up facts. So
Well,
where do we want to?
I haven't seen that
Yeah,
information.
I have though. Just you look it up. It's that's the truth. It is so many things. There's so many mounds and pyramids that have been hidden. Even I think our capital that's here in Nashville is sitting on a mound. That is a mound. Can't nobody
Now
tell me that's
I
not a
know
mound.
about the mounds and I know about the
But
pyramids.
I'm saying, oh, even in the Grand Canyon, you are talking about artifacts that have been hidden for centuries.
yo, did we lose her?
No, she's
Just
probably just
straight
going
up.
in and out.
Hey, hey, Queen, I think the white man tried to cut your phone off.
Yeah, it's just a lot of information. They have hidden so many things that's on this side of land, even changing names of rivers, changing names of land masses. There is a big confusion, which that is all a part of the control of actually where we're located. Even like I said, the planes, they are flying them planes in circle. This land, we have to really question where is everything really located.
Hmm.
No, no. Then I gotta ask you, how will we find that? Like, where's that? Where's that knowledge at?
When you realize that they change maps according to who's in power, that's including the time that we're on, that's including the calendar that we're on, that's including the religious holidays that we have. When you realize all of that changes over each person that's in power, once again they get to change the maps. You have to wonder about everything. They get to change the history, the books, everything.
I feel you. I feel you on that. My bad, y'all.
Hello.
Come on, Cal. Run this
Is
thing
that
back.
me? Is it? Am I echoing? Am I echoing? Y'all, I hear echo.
It
My bad.
sounds a
Maybe
little
that's me.
strange.
Maybe that's me tripping. All right, but Keith, I do want to ask you this, man. So, if you think the original man did not come from Africa, what are your thoughts on that?
My thing is, I'm
Where did
not
he
trying
come
to
from?
take away from the Africa and what's come from that land, but when you realize how rich this side of the hemisphere is with gold, when they were talking about streets paved with gold, that's what they was talking about in San Francisco. The gold rush, we better recognize Mansa Musa probably was on this side of the hemisphere rather than over there. It was so much gold. We are not, we talking about sugar. You talking, it was so plentiful. Why do you think they still are holding the people hostage on this land. Also, once again, you got all compasses point north. We got to understand why is that? Why is there a treaty that these folks can't agree on nothing, but they can agree to not take your behind over in Antarctica? What is there with that land? We also know that it's fact that that land was once tropical. So obviously there's been a shift in energy before to where this tropical plane has got ice. You know, they say it's a north and a south pole, but that's been, that's been up in the air too now. It's just a lot of things to think about.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm most definitely.
You run, Mike. Y'all quiet, man. Y'all quiet. But I don't know those sis, man. Maybe I've been taught wrong, but my research tells me the original man comes from Africa, the land with way more resources than the Americas have.
Oh no, that's that. I'm telling you, please research that. The resources was here. They wasn't moving down west as they tell us west for nothing. They were not trying to get over here to milk and honey for nothing. You got in Mexico the biggest crystal cave anywhere. Underground.
Wait.
A crystal cave?
Man, I'm telling you, crystals is big. Some of them as big as buildings almost. Underground in Mexico. That's just Mexico.
Yeah, I gotta look that up. Cause I heard about the pyramid. I heard about I mean, I'm sure everybody know about the pyramids.
Oh yeah,
It's been
all
out
through
there.
Chattanooga. Like it's so many here that it's ridiculous on these lands all through it is just so much history that we don't know. Even still, I don't know. I ain't claiming to know all this. I'm just saying I've been open up because all along I'm thinking it is in Africa. It's so much history here that it's been suppressed. Why?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
They
crazy.
got,
Go ahead, Nino.
I was just gonna say they got a tour. I think they got don't they got a tourist attraction or something like that in Mexico for the cave, for the crystal cave?
Yeah, I mean them things. It is unbelievable. It's the world's largest.
Yeah.
Bro, when they finally reveal the real history of this land that we live on now, you're gonna see how great and powerful Africa really was.
Mm-hmm.
What you mean by that?
Because we were already coming here.
You talk the world when you say this land, you talking about the world?
This land right here that we live on, the North America.
Uh-huh.
We were already coming here. They don't wanna tell the history of of what's going on here because it's gonna open up a whole new history for us to learn about Africa. The people that came over here and taught. Thousands of years before the white people even came, or probably before they was even white people. So I feel what she's saying is to a point is to where you just can't really point at one continent because we all over this motherfucker.
Yeah.
So you don't know where we come from, and you don't know how old this place is.
I think we was the original people on Earth. Period.
That's what I think.
Me too.
They walked out of a cave some goddamn where I don't know what, and that's probably why they got us because we were trying to figure out what the fuck they was like. And what are you?
I mean, something happened, whether we did it or whatever else. Even listen to Nipsey mother. You see what she said? She said, find your creator. That's what she said. And I'm paraphrasing, but she said, find your creator. So my thing of it is, people have been creating since drawing on wall. They've been manipulating DNA.
Yeah. I proposed a question on Facebook a long time ago. I said, if you take away slavery, what has white people contributed to the progression of America other than slavery? Like if you take
nothing.
If you take slavery away, if you think about every invention that was ever created by African American, if you take all the motherfuckers out of the store, it wouldn't even be no Walmart. It wouldn't be shit in Walmart. Nothing.
You ain't lying.
Not a damn thing. So that tells you something right there. That tells you something right there. Because I'm going to tell you, my partner got a pit bull. That motherfucker don't do nothing. He just sleep all damn day. I could just see that being just a Caucasian brother. I just do not. I don't see nothing that they contribute at all. I cannot tell you nothing. Not one fucking thing.
Nah, they like parasites. If you think about them, the way they conduct business, just the way they are, it's something in them. They're parasitic. They are kind of energy that take.
Yeah.
Whatever they are.
Hey, that's a good ass comparison. That's hard. I'm gonna put that in a rap.
Yeah, they do. They are energy suckers. So obviously our energy is being used, whether it's for us working to gain money, music, however, our energy is being sucked. And we don't realize how connected to this plane, to this earth we are. We really don't recognize that. And I can understand that. I'm still trying to grasp it myself. But it's something to where they are, whatever they are just suckers of energy. They are kind of energy that just takes.
That's what Dr. Amos Wilson said. He said you gotta compare white people to Count Dracula and black people out of victims. He said they come to suck our whole entire soul out of us.
Yeah.
And that's the truth, because that's why I say this stuff is so much bigger. It's a species. It's a fight for a species. It's like if you put some different organism in a fish tank, shit, they get to trying to survive. And we've been sitting down bull crap and playing games in the sandbox while these species been trying to survive. And they got all these things that we think we supposed to be doing, but that's the false shit. And that's why we feel so lost, looking for a savior, looking for a land, looking for this, for this. We so far off. They didn't, you know how them old folks used to say they didn't work, a person been worked on. We've been worked on so many times that we recycling this shit. This shit is way deeper than it's.
But you starting to sound hopeless though, sis. So give me a gem. Give me a gem. What is something
No,
we
I
can
ain't
do?
hopeless, but it's just our people. No, it ain't hopeless, but I know, like I said, if our people are still playing in a sandbox and not knowing that you got drones, and I would have to get the name of it. It's like T3RB, something like that. I get the name to be more proper on my mind. I can't even hold stuff that long. But when you say you got drones that your military got, and they just trying to match actually what's already up there, but they got military drones that can be sitting over your house that's camouflage. There's a cloud, and our people is arguing about whether this nigga is Arabic or Islam or black. Like it ain't even about that. You know what's going on above your head when that sun is looking different, when they spraying your skies. Like what is it's a whole nother objective. So it's not hopelessness. I mean, sometimes I do get that, but I just know most people are so far off the page. Sometimes I guess I do feel that, especially if I feel like I see a different picture.
Yeah.
They're not poisoning our foods, spraying our skies. We're having questions about the moon, questions about them China setting an artificial moon, and people not knowing, like wanting to know what the fuck you doing with the moon. Like we gotta start asking, why are they investing so and so $billion into space war? Like what the fuck is other shit going on that's always been going on, but we done been somehow stuck in a cycle while our memory is being erased. We not, it's just a whole lot going on that's different.
Hey, it's funny. It's funny that you say that because McGee, I went to the mosque on Sunday, and they had a presentation about UFOs and the real meaning of UFOs and the sightings and why the Caucasians and the government don't never speak about UFOs and just throw it on the rug like the shit never happened. And man, it was deep. I don't want to speak on it right now. I'm gonna research it myself. But all the stuff that they was talking about, a lot, brother, what's his name before Farrakhan, Elijah Muhammad, he basically told them like a long time ago, like, hey, it's Pete, man. I spoke to one of them, like one of them flying saucers that y'all call. They pulled me up and spoke to me, and this is all the stuff that they told me, and they didn't believe them, and then they started popping up everywhere. But like, you know, so that's kind of what you're saying. Like, why you spraying the sky? Why y'all preparing for war in another planet and all this shit? Because every time, if you notice, every time a UFO or a flying saucer is seen, that mud is just observing. It ain't doing nothing. It ain't never shot nothing. It ain't never burnt nothing down. It ain't never did nothing. It just be hovering, and then it take off real quick because they observing. And he was basically saying, like, you know what I'm saying, that's it. Like, that's the spirit. That's the, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just have to research that. I don't want to get too deep into it, but that shit had me all eyes. I was like, oh, hell no.
All right, my fault, y'all. I was having a full conversation with my mic on mute, man. But Sus is keeping it so real on that our minds are being erased thing, man. I was thinking about this, bro. We spend so much time just working and indulging in our fucking social media and indulging on the other shit we like to do that we're not even. A lot of people are not even thinking about being progressive. A lot of people are not thinking progressively at all, man. Like we live by the time so much, like the clock, man. Tomorrow I want everybody to realize how many times you want to know what time it is, and then think about why you want to know what time it is. You feel me? I know, man. Sis, that just hit me deep, sis, when you said they're erasing our minds. Like,
Yeah,
our
because that's
minds
what
are
all
being
of the
erased. Like, we're not even the things that we perceive as progressive, we're not doing that.
yeah, it's
We're not
not.
even thinking about it.
And
That's
time is
crazy.
control. Time is control. There was a time where we didn't even
Right.
keep up with time like that. The stars, the galaxy, the stars were our time. They took that and manifested that into what we call superstars and politics now. And that's what controls the emotions and the flow of the people and the frequency of the people rather than the actual stars in the sky. You understand? And so they know what's going on. They know when a frequency is coming in, when a gateway is open, and they making us use that to a negative advantage rather than our ancestors knew what it was, and whether we did a ritual or whether we migrated, whatever. Like, it's just a whole lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah, it is, sister. You killed it with that one, though. The more I think about like erasing our minds, like some people will hit that and be like, "Man, ain't nobody cutting our heads open, erasing our minds." But it just hit me another kind of way. It's like, damn, you don't do nothing with your time. You don't even. You tell yourself you don't even have time to think progressive or do anything progressive.
Yeah,
You see what
that's
I'm
what
saying?
you get
It's
the
just
work. You get the
that's
work, you
it.
get your kids in school for 8 hours, you get to work, so they separate you from the kids. Then you constantly hustling, bustling for the dollar. That's your energy being put out. Every time you think, that's a thought creates an atom. It's all frequency. It's actually light, but we don't get to see all of that, especially at where we are. But they're keeping us in a field so we can't expand and grow as an energy.
Hmm. That's dope, man, and that's something dope to bring to the conversation, man. For us to just try not to let time control us so much. Or you know what I'm saying? That's kind of like meditation, or find the time to sit down with your damn self. And that's why I said this show is therapeutic for me, because while I'm saying this out loud, I got to make sure that I receive it. You know what I mean? Because shit, I'm a robot just like the rest of, just
Yeah,
like
me
everybody
too.
else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even when I had my own business, it was still like, damn, bro, you're still a robot. You still got to make the shit turn, and you still got to make it go. But it's just finding time, man. It's finding time for positive thoughts, man, positive energy, and then not only thinking about it and opening your mind to it, moving on it. So even just opening your mind to fucking. I can always go back to starting your own business, man. I remember when I was talking about starting my own business, man. People told me, man, you are crazy. I said, what? I'm crazy. Like, yeah, you are crazy, man. I don't think I could ever try nothing like that. Like, what? Like, I don't know, bro. I don't even know how some people even think, man. And I
Well, you
know my
gotta
thing.
think when they mind is getting when you realize that how much frequency and light is everything. That's what Tesla he didn't tap into nothing that our folks ain't tap into. But basically, they were still showing you that everything is within the universe, and you realize that's what we utilize. Somehow we got dumbed down to using just this brain instead of the frequency and the natural frequency. Like it's just some major shit that's didn't happen that we got to start and all of this stuff. It's not that we got to start because like I said, everything, even that Nipsey thing, everything is waking you up. Everything, whatever, it don't matter if somebody's doing it, it's still to jog and wake you up to what's going on so we can catch back up and catch up to what we are. But everything is traveling back. You know, when you really realize what matter is, it's a heavy state, it's slow. We weren't supposed to be stuck in this matter state like this.
And we weren't supposed to be here.
No, man, you know, it's just it, you know. It's just
If
that.
they take over your land, you're supposed to go to another land and make another community.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to get trapped in the people who conquered you. You're not
Yeah.
supposed to stay with the people who conquered you. You leave.
Yeah. And somehow they
That's
got
why
us trapped.
they got us trapped. And that's what I'm saying. When I say, man, let's go to another place, everybody be like, man, you don't know what's in that other place. Man, fuck that. Let's go take it or whatever. Let's go make our move. Like they made our move. They move on us over here. As y'all so-called say, shit, where the fuck the Indians at? Gone to their own little place? What the fuck the Mexicans do? Shit, retreated but kept their own little place? Shit, they let them take the other place. We supposed to got the fuck out of there when they came.
Oh, man.
But I
We
don't think
stayed.
we but
They
look, when I
released
say
us. They released us and we stayed in they system. So how can
no,
you blame them for they didn't release
Bro,
us
you
like
looking
that?
at
They
centuries. You looking at centuries of people held in
yeah,
captivity
they
on
didn't
cattle,
release
man.
us like
yeah,
that
when I agree with you on
Come a
us
little
supposed to
garbage
be
when he get here.
separated or them supposed to be in another space, my thing is, I mean, totally, I don't even think they supposed to be on here on this earth. Now that's why I'ma just going to tell you. I don't even think they supposed to be here. Y'all ass burn in the sunlight.
well,
Something
they
wrong with you.
conquered it.
You
Well,
not even supposed to be here.
they conquered it though. Like, yo, how can you blame something for conquering
What
something?
you mean? Oh, I blame us too. We finna have to pay because we didn't
That's nature
succumb to
though,
something
sis.
that's
That's
less than us.
natural.
It
That's
ain't.
natural
I
though.
don't think
Like
it's
in the
natural.
jungle, hold on, in the jungle, the lion go conquer another lion's place. Like if them
Let me
white
tell
folks
you
feel
something.
like they
What if
want
I
to go
tell you though?
if they
What if
want to
I?
go conquer another place, they can go do it because you
But let
feel
me.
like shit. Why
I
not?
I feel you, but what if I tell you that it ain't even nature? Nature has even been transformed because there was a period where we walked with nature. See, we got to understand that all this energy has been completely flipped.
That's a fact.
Completely flipped. So
That's a fact.
now, besides us leaving, we don't need to leave. Them motherfuckers need to exit the planet. It's time for them to go. They dying off anyway. They just keeping it a secret. They dying off with cancer and all kind of shit. They can't
We
tell
are
you
too.
they can't even if they on a gag order at the hospital.
Tonyo,
We are
she
too
too
though.
heavy on this, bro. You need to lay on down, Tonyo. She too heavy, bro.
What
You
are you
can't
talking
even
about lay
argue with her,
down,
bro.
bro? I'm not arguing with her. We
You
talking. It's a
can't even debate
discussion.
with her right now, bro.
This
Everything
is
you
a
saying is
man, bro.
100.
I can pick a brain, nigga. I can pick anybody's brain. I
You
been
can't
making
pick my
back
brain.
up.
I'm
Bro, you know,
crazy.
hey, nigga, Mike, you know, hold on, Mike,
I'm
you know
full
me
blown
better than
crazy over here. You
Mike.
can't pick my
You
brain.
know me better than anybody. I'ma ask you more questions about what you
I
saying,
feel you
nigga.
though.
You
Man, I'm
gotta
trying to
tell
get
me
you riled up,
everything.
bro.
I
Ah,
feel you.
you gotta tell me everything. If you gonna say something, you gotta back that shit up. I need
I feel
facts.
you though. I'm with him right now.
I
He was
fuck
on
with
my ass last
conspiracy.
week.
I fuck with conspiracy just like the
See,
next
that's what
motherfucker.
I don't like though.
Break that word down, sis. Break that conspiracy
I
word
don't
down.
like that. That's
Gossip.
some shit. Let
That's
me
what
tell y'all.
conspiracy is.
Let me
To
tell
talk
y'all. No, it
somebody.
ain't. I was saying this earlier, and this no joke. This is honest to truth. I don't know. I don't lie anyway. I ain't got time for this shit unless it's police or some shit. But look, This the truth. I said, you know what? Every time, and I don't have no problem with this. This is why I pretty much stay in my own lane. I'll never say nothing that I need support from. I just say what really I feel. But I always get accused, and I see others who get accused, and I don't know their story. But I've told you all, I think twice, my story on the reason why I see things the way I see them. But people always target you with conspiracy or they or this or that, and I try to avoid even talking like that, but I always get talked to like that. And so that makes me furthermore think when a person, and I'm not just picking at you, because I was having this conversation with my daughter earlier before I even got on the call. I said, that's when I know there's still some confusion in there, because I'm careful with my words, because words are so important. Words are so important. So when people are like conspiracy, they put that out there for when we were waking up and started questioning their system. They put conspiracy out there a long time ago.
Bro.
Yeah, so it would be in our psyche. So when we started waking up to this shit at different levels, because we're all at different levels and we all have pieces to this massive puzzle, but that conspiracy and that doubt would be there in all of us. But they planted that, man. They plant their seeds. Don't play no games. They don't waste anything. I think of them like a chef. They waste nothing. Because
go ahead, man.
The shit they done is so unbelievable. You can't even hardly imagine, because they took our imagination away, actually.
That's what I'm saying. Conspiracy is imagination, but ain't nothing wrong with imagination. If you ain't got imagination, you dead out here. You're a zombie. You feel me? So ain't nothing wrong with imagination and conspiracy and all that shit. I think about that shit just as well as the next motherfucker. But when I think about facts, I don't see nothing as a fact until it's wrote down in front of me. And I don't care about nothing, no book, no computer, no nothing you tell me, no nothing that's written, no words that spoke. Because words are a way of manipulation, period. So whenever you write something, you teach it and you telling and you kind of telling the story or whatever. And anytime you teach, you want somebody to be interested. So whatever somebody gonna write or show you is gonna or tell you a story, they're gonna make it interesting in a motherfucker. So that's why I'm just like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll take your word. I'm always remember what you say, and I'm always keep it in my head. But like conspiracies are motherfucker, man. Some of them are wrong though. You feel me? You got some of them just ain't. It's just like the Bible. The Bible is a conspiracy. Like all this shit is a conspiracy.
What is a conspiracy? Is a conspiracy
Thank you.
after you found out about the conspiracy, or is a conspiracy something you don't know about?
What?
A conspiracy doesn't have enough facts to back up what you're saying. It may be some truth to it, but if you don't have no facts, it's a conspiracy.
Planet Nibiru, Sirius Star B. That's what y'all need to be focusing on.
The what? What do you say?
What you say, Ron? I ain't hear you, bro.
Planet Nibiru and the Sirius Star B. You need to be focused on Dr. Deborah Blair. Get you a lot of information off of him. Further expand what y'all talking about.
Deborah Blair?
Dr. Deborah Blair. Yeah.
Yeah, gotta check him out, man. Gotta check him out.
Yeah.
Let me see, man. Let me see. Who all we got on here? Like I can't see everybody on here no more.
Oh, okay. So weren't you supposed to talk about who has something to say about R. Kelly again?
You love that topic. You've been quiet all night, but you love that topic.
You told me somebody sent you something about
Nino.
What about the Me Too movement? What's going on with that? Yeah, what up?
What
up?
Man,
going down.
R. Kelly $5, man.
What up, man? What about
what was that text message about you sent me about the R. Kelly topic?
The reason why I sent you that, because when we had that conversation about child support, I think that would kind of weigh in on kind of what Mike was saying, and kind of what Mike and the other guy was saying. Like R. Kelly, when he went to jail, he had to come up with like, I don't want to, don't quote me. Somebody got to mute their mic.
Mute your mic, bro.
Yeah, but I sent you that to kind of bring a little bit more light to what Mike and the other dude was saying about how Mike, I don't know if you remember, but how you was telling the old girl, like, look, that nigga, if he can't, take care of the child no more, then what? Then what? You gonna lock the nigga up? And that's kind of what's going on with R. Kelly, because he got locked up. He had to pay. I don't want to make up a number, but it was a substantial amount of money before he could get out. Well, he paid that damn money. He out. Now they finna try to lock his ass up again because he broke. He ain't got nothing but like $651 in his bank account, and now they talking about if he miss another payment, he going back to jail. It's like, damn, that's fucked up.
I don't feel bad for him.
I mean, at that, we know you don't. I said we know you don't.
That ain't got nothing to do.
Man, I feel bad for R. Kelly, man. For not being able to pay his child support. Take this moment to shout out the DADS program, Dads Against Destruction. They help convicts, when they get out of jail, they help them work with the child support office to make sure that the child support office don't go so hard on them. So that was a shameless plug, and salute to them brothers doing great work. And I do support R. Kelly.
Okay. But I don't feel sorry for him because, when he had the opportunity to pay, he wasn't paying. So now that he done went broke, they need to modify his payments. But yeah. I'm quite sure that he has assets that he can get rid of.
Yeah, I definitely don't. I don't feel sorry for him on the aspects of, when his daughter spoke, she spoke like she was mad at him, like she wasn't happy with what he doing. And to me, that right there speaks volume. I don't give a shit. That right there speaks volume right there. When the child
hold on real quick, Nino. Tony, mute your mic, bro. Mute your mic, bro. My bad. Go ahead, Nino. My bad.
Nah. I was just saying, I feel like, when the kids agree that you ain't shit, to me, that's a lot. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, why they didn't go after him when he had money?
She did have. She was, battling back and forth with him about.
Why they didn't lock him up? I'm talking about the state.
See, Mike, I think what you missing is the only reason why he fucked up for real is because them other cases he was going to jail for. You know what I'm saying? Them other charges that he was going to jail for. That's why he ain't got no damn money. But she been going after his ass for a long time.
My thing is, why? How could he get that far in the hole? Why child support ain't try to lock him up before that?
Guess what, Mike?
His child support is high. His is high, so he gonna get that far, quicker.
Quick. Mike, he paid $20,000 a month, bro.
Guess what, Mike? It's scripted.
Yeah, he paid $20,000 a month, bro.
I'm just saying, man.
That's a lot of goddamn money, nigga. You missed too. Hey, look, I paid $700, and one time they switched my payments from me paying it myself to it coming out of my account, and I ain't know, so I ended up making 2 payments. So I called down and was like, yeah, I think y'all took 2 payments from me or whatever. When I went down there, the brother was like, hey man, you might as well just let that ride, bro, because if you ever miss a payment. Nigga was like, bro, you gonna be in the hole. You need to just let that little 700 ride, bro.
Bro, do R. Kelly got any minor children that he paying child support on, or all his kids grown?
I think all his kids grown.
So his child support is probably back pay.
He got minor children.
Nah, let me see. I can look it up real quick. Give me 2 seconds.
But look, the thing of it is,
right?
they have. they have trouble getting that money because them entertainers' names by themselves is businesses. And if you put a business into a trust, and depending on what kind of trust, they can't be touched. Some of this stuff is just straight propaganda. Like Mike said, why is this just coming out? The timing of it, some of this stuff just be straight up bull crap. Straight up bull crap.
We've been knowing that he ain't been paying his child support though, because his wife been saying that for the longest.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I know, but what I'm saying too, on the other hand, and it may be true, but a lot of stuff they feed us too. We got to realize who's feeding us this. We still got to stop forgetting that this is not just entertainment; it's entrainment.
Yeah, the system don't work like that. It don't. You get this criminal charge and you go to jail for child. It don't work like that. It got to be people directing this shit.
Man, it is. That's why I'm trying to get our people to see. A lot of this stuff is being directed to drive the masses.
Well, I mean, I get what y'all be saying, but my whole thing is he owed the child support. He wasn't paying it, so he's not there. It's nothing that they did wrong to him.
But just what if that story ain't totally true at all? That's what we trying to say. What if this is an energy-driven story?
It's true. You know,
how do we know? We don't know these people.
That's why he had to pay it.
Camille, you still on the phone? Camille.
Yeah.
Hey, what you think about the child support?
You said, what do I think about what?
The child support, about R. Kelly might having to go to jail for not paying $20,000 in child support that he's supposed to make payments on every month.
Why you ask me? You know how I feel. I don't even get child support, so fuck that nigga. Like, I have no feelings at all. Like, it is what it is. I mean, I don't have it's.
Okay,
I feel like at that point, like you should have created some type of fund for to take care of your kids should something happen to you. You know you out here doing wrong. If that's the case, then shit catches up to you anyway. So why didn't you do the smart thing and figure out something to do to make sure your kids got taken care of since you out here making so many? Ain't nobody got time for that. So go to jail.
So you saying
damn.
So you saying that if your child's father becomes say all of a sudden tomorrow he become rich, or say he get money after your kids turn 18, do you think he should have to pay you some money?
You mean if I have to take care of them by myself until they turn 18? Hell fucking yes. If I have to do this out of my own pocket and then you come up on some money, oh yeah, no, because everything that they've done, all the birthdays and all of the clothes that I have to buy, every month I got to buy jeans because y'all be playing on the floor. No, you got me fucked up. No, no.
Ooh, that's funny.
No, I agree. I agree with her. If the situation was like that, that's totally correct. I agree with Star too, if that's the way the situation. But I feel like they use these situations to control the masses more than them.
Oh yeah,
actual,
totally. Like, why are we focused on what like this man is paying or not paying when there's larger things at hand that we need to be focused on?
And see, like that stuff happens in our life for real, but in their life, they have to emulate and give us the feeling that we can relate to them. When we realize that this is really a job for them, their whole character, their whole business name is a product. It is an investment. It's it's just not like the R. Kellys or the Tupacs like we think. They are businesses. So you want your business to grow. Businesses go out of business. We got to start realizing these are brands. So, but if it's like that, then of course we think it should go like that. But I just want to reiterate, these people want us to feel like they're going through these things when sometimes they're playing these roles because, again, it's all frequency and emotion to control the masses.
So while we're at this pause, there's so much great information going on. So I've got my pen ready if anybody has any books that they would like to recommend.
Cocaine Cowboy. You should get that book. That's pretty dope. Pimps Up, Hoes Down. You can
what?
Get
What the hell?
Make the money. Don't let the money make you.
You know, you crazy, man. You are crazy, dude. That's funny.
No, they say Mike give good suggestions.
That's funny. Mike, what the book said, Mike?
Man, I'm sitting there thinking about what they just said about R. Kelly, man.
Get out your feelings.
Right. Okay.
Hey, that's the reason why I asked her, because last time it was only one female on here.
I'm really pissed about it, bro, because I feel like, man, listen, bro, and this is just real. This coming from the heart, man. I understand that, you know, two people made the kid and all, but I don't look at it like that. I look at it like, shit, you ain't around, you missing out. Let's go on and ball out. I don't give a fuck about you. If he come back later on, or she come back later on, you can have a relationship with your mama or your daddy. That's cool. But what we got going on is what we got going on. I don't care what y'all got going on. He or she don't have to buy you a goddamn thing as long as you with me. You feel me? That's just how I look at it. I'm looking for love for my children, and I don't care